I fear these letters will make little sense to you, but let us at least begin with hope. I have established a foothold in Calamity, a barely populated village a few miles from the edge of this city of glass. In some years, if I have not yet succeeded at my task, the machinery and order of the Cathari Orchard will run through here. This small village will expand to be a prosperous township, growing bloated on the cursed artifacts they extract from this terrible place. With the logistics of that foreign empire, countless souls will be provided to us, each serving a crucial component in my redemption. Despite the recent cloudiness of my prescience, so far, all is as I have predicted. I will shackle this city, bend it to my will, and correct the failures of my other lives. What was undone shall be remade. What has died shall be reborn. And yet, still, despite my optimism, these nightmares continue to haunt me. In them, all is consumed by this city of glass. Vast rivers of the void crack our world apart in an unending catabolic procedure which leaves the light of civilization dim and smothered. The last of our kin are forced to wander under those dark and hungry stars. But you must not worry about that, about me. I will be successful. I will not fail again. I can feel it, even now. In some time, a short time, all of this will be over, and we will be free at last.
Hello! Welcome back to All That You Know. Today, we will be continuing our campaign of Heart, the City Beneath. We're calling this one the City of Glass. You can see it in the title. Joining me on this lovely Saturday morning are Adam.
Hi, I'm Adam. I'm playing Bailey Cormac, the Junk Mage.
Brian.
Hi, I'm Brian. I'm playing Booker Page, the Incarnadine.
Ewan.
Hello, I'm Ewan. I am playing Halo the Witch.
And Zach.
I'm Zach, and I am playing Ledger Gray, the Deadwalker.
Let's talk a bit about where your characters are right now. Not like physically. We'll get to that in a second. But I want you to each tell me what fallout your character has, so we can get an idea of how messed up you all are. And then also what your current beats are, so that we know what you and your characters are working towards, or what you are doomed to encounter. So we'll go in that same order, starting with Bailey.
Yeah, so my fallout, I have two currently. One is my gun don't work. It's a broken gun, ongoing, and there's question marks. Should I say like what kind of fallout it is? It's Fortune Minor.
Yeah, sure.
Should we mention that too? Okay. It's a Fortune Minor, and I believe the problem is that it doesn't work, but I don't know what's wrong with it. Is that correct?
Yes.
I have a theory on this, but
we'll get to you, all right?
I'm excited.
The other fallout is fractured arm splinted. I can't use the arm until it heals, which makes some tasks risky. It's a blood major. So those are my two fallouts. And then my active beats right now. One is a minor, and that is meet someone from your old life who's trying to get you to give up on your quest. And the other is a major, destroy a haunt to learn more about your task.
Great. Thank you, sir. You'd think I would have stayed on the page with the next person. Booker, you are next.
Hi. So, my fallouts are Foreboding, Fortune Minor. This one is kind of long. Beyond the Dark Sky, Darkling Stars Dance Eternal. It can be upgraded to Crisis, so that one's scary. Dark Cravings for Teeth. This one's an Echo Major, and you may remember this because Booker and Ledger have been having little snacks on the side. And the last one is Limping, a Blood Minor, and I'll always go last. So fun.
You got three. You got three Fallouts.
Yeah, he got fucked up, man.
Oof.
You know, Booker had a rough day.
Not great.
In terms of active beats, I got one major. Learner possess something that lessens the control your masters have over you, and one minor. Perform a seemingly unconnected action for your masters that has grim consequences.
Thank you. Halo.
I don't think Halo has any fallout. I think I'm
Must be
fine.
nice.
I'm just dandy.
Ah, wow, look at you.
Just stay out of trouble. It's that easy.
Yeah.
My current minor beat is following a long ritual. Name the City of Glass, and only refer to it by this name from now on. And then my major beat is to destroy a haven, returning the land to the city.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus Christ.
So,
I hope that doesn't
just
happen
watch out.
today.
That
Calamity is
would
the
not be
only
good.
nice
better do your
place.
shopping quick, everybody.
Okay.
Can you give us heads up?
No.
And Ledger.
Yeah, so Ledger has just one Fallout. It is an Echo Major Fallout. Also, Dark Craving. He wants to eat some teeth, and as we covered before, he started this. It's just a thing that Deadwalkers get, is a bag of interesting teeth. But he also picked up some cursed puppet teeth, so I think he's just waiting for a chance to gobble those babies down to clear it. But yeah, that's the only one that I have. My beats are a major one, which is perform a truly reprehensible act on behalf of your masters, which I'm sure will be very fun. And my minor is forge a friendship or romantic relationship with an NPC.
I have a quick question,
Interesting.
Isaac.
Yeah.
Is your bag of teeth, is that like sacred, the one that you have? I know you're like worried to dig into it, or you could just eat those?
No, it's just a resource. I started off with Bag of Interesting Teeth, which has the Desolate domain /tag, and it's D6 size. And then I think we each got, or maybe it was me and Bailey, we got 2 bags of Cursed Puppet Teeth, which their domain is cursed.
Okay, so the one you
they're-
started with, you have no problem digging into, right?
No, because I think normally, I'm sure we're about to get to it, but you like spend resources in havens to like clear Fallout and do other useful things. So we might, aside from just eating them to sate our craving to eat teeth, which is really gross,
Like a corn nut.
we might be able to do other stuff with them. I fucking love corn nuts, man.
Oh,
Honestly-
sorry, I didn't mean to make you hungry.
Like, there's a lot of things about teeth that they could be kind of a good snack.
If they were just like a little bit, if they were softer slightly than my own teeth, then I can definitely see it. As is, it's kind of a draw when it comes to crunching one.
Yeah. But,
Which I need the ones in my mouth to stay there.
you know, it's just a matter of figuring
tough
out
battle.
the correct way of eating
You
it.
got this Fallout in real life.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's starting to become real.
The
Which is
crazy.
fucked up.
So last time, the 4 of you on your way to the town of Calamity by train were waylaid when the train was dragged beneath a wandering sea into a strange, burned-down town. In there, you found a theater in which you found actors portraying yourselves, some scary puppets, and a friendly man who the train had come for. Now, after dealing with that crisis, you have finally arrived at the town of Calamity, where you are to meet with your benefactor. Booker, you have been instructed by your masters to assist Ledger in his master's goals, while continuing to look for the string that consumes, an artifact that your master Parkelian believes to be in the City of Glass. Ledger, you must drop off the stolen control rod you took from the train at a courier, which will be delivered to your masters back at the Institute. Any questions about last time before I get into the introduction part 3?
I think, and this is anybody who completed a minor beat last time has to take a new minor ability or can. I just didn't want
Yes,
people to forget that if they hadn't done it.
It seemed.
Yeah,
I
should we
looked at
go over?
everyone's- No. We'll it'll be a surprise. It'll be a surprise when we come up. You depart the train, stepping onto the platform in the town of Calamity. The landscape is cast in the golden hues of dusk. You immediately notice a few nearby features on a sketchy map posted near the train station. Just south of you is the Cathari compound, where the military stages their own operations in the City of Glass. Near that camp is the Golden Matchstick Company's factory. North of you is the Couriers Guild, where Ledger has to go at some point. This part of the settlement, like near the train station, is kind of in the midst of expansion. We'll call it Newtown. A lot of buildings are sprouting up in various stages of construction. There are like actual hotels, nice big provision stores, even a hat shop, though that one isn't open yet, so don't even bother.
Damn it.
I know, I'm sorry. Just
Tease us.
beyond, I know, I'm an awful person, and if you see me, you should kill me. I should probably cut that out, just in case. Just beyond the edge of this part of town is a quarter-mile stretch of emptiness, which eventually gives way to the original town, where wooden buildings radiate out from a large stone jutting out of the ground, pointing eastward. At the top of it is a large manor, which you know to be the home of Founder Albright, your benefactor, who paid for your nice train ticket to get here. And beyond that manor, at the top of that stony hill, is the City of Glass. From here, just on the periphery, you can see the vague impressions of a vast refractory spike of bending light, which erupts from the center of the City of Glass far, far in the distance. This thing, called the Spine, is said to be the one indication to tell whether you are near or within the city itself. And I will leave you on this platform to do as you wish.
All right, I think Ledger's gonna walk slowly onto the platform and look in the distance and give a wistful sigh, and then look to his comrades and be like, well, it seems we've arrived.
So, this is where our benefactor is?
Yeah,
Yep.
Albright.
That's a friendly name.
I don't know. We'll find out.
There's more to a person than their name.
Interesting.
We should probably head there right now, huh?
Maybe, maybe not. Thing is, Calamity's the last place you can really properly resupply before we end up in the city. So everybody better make sure they're nice and ready before we go in. Supplies, provisions, and whatnot.
Sure, but he might give us some money, right? We could spend around here.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Bailey has a point. That'd be wise.
Bailey kind of eyes you up and down, Ledger. I think we should all stick together for now.
I think he's right.
Ledger thinks about this for a minute, and he's like, yeah, what the hell? Let's go see him first, I guess.
All right.
Okay.
I think Bailey starts walking, but he doesn't know where he's going. He just wants to look in charge.
What I wanted to say before was that there's like, for the listeners, there's like a very like lovely little crude, not even that crude, but it's kind of like a stylized, simplistic drawing of like a few buildings on our Roll20 page, and in the middle there's a well that looks like it's ringed with teeth or something on the inside, and it has quite a greater amount of detail than any of the buildings drawn around it, and I really don't like the toothy well.
It looks good. It's a good
It does.
well.
Like, the teeth have two colors, so there's like shading as it goes down into darkness. It's really well done.
You have to put this on the Tumblr.
Thank
I
you.
don't like it. I don't like this well. I don't want to go there.
That's up to you.
I'm jumping.
Yeah.
I mean, there are teeth. I guess maybe Ledger's going to dive down to find something to eat.
But we're heading towards the manor, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Where Albright is.
Guess, do you know what's right in between you and the manor?
What?
The
well?
giant.
Oh, it is.
The giant well of teeth.
I don't know.
Incredible.
I'm so hungry.
You guys have to slow down a little bit, or be really rude because Booker is limping behind you.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I can do both. I can start
Oh, yeah.
walking but loudly complain.
Halo notices this and is like, wait, before we go to our benefactor, I should fix Booker's leg. And he pulls out Physiker's bag from the backpack on his back.
Thank
can
you.
do that?
So can you do
So-
fallouts?
Oh, no.
Can Halo do fallouts, or is it just stress? Healing specifically only targets stress, which is just like HP, whereas fallouts typically you have to go to a haunt. You cannot clear it unless you have a special ability.
Is it a super bag?
Like not even a super bag. Like especially some
It
classes
has
you can actually
remained of
do it.
mend blood, so unless he's losing some HP, or he has lost some HP,
Mend. Yeah, I think that only can remove.
does he have any HP I can mend?
No. I think
No, he would have lost all of his stress when
Yeah.
he got the fallout.
Okay,
So-
yeah. Halo just like pulls out a roll of gauze and is like, this will help you, right?
I think it's a bit more serious than that.
Can you
Oh.
keep up, or are we going to have to take a break?
I'll do my best.
You know, if you want, there's definitely some kind of physical here in town. Take a look at that for you.
I think that's a good idea. Let's say we do that right after we see our benefactor.
Oh, then we got to deal with you limping the whole way there. Well, Giddy up, I guess.
We'll get there.
At least we don't have puppets chasing us this time.
Fair point.
So you
Ledger
say,
hooks his thumbs into his belt loops and is whistling loudly as we all walk.
great.
Bailey will help you. He's gonna go back and kind of prop you up and just help you along. Let's not waste any more time, okay? He's gonna help you as much as he
Thank
can.
you. Thank you, Bailey. Bailey, a good guy.
So traveling takes you out of the industry and neatness of Newtown into this big empty expanse which lies between here and the old town where Albright's Manor is. In the center of this empty space, you see a single landmark, which appears to be a well of some sort, about 2 meters in diameter. 3 people stand around it. The first is a father holding his daughter, and as you approach, you see that the father leans over the edge of the well, while the daughter carefully pours a small pouch of tiny teeth into it. On the other side of the well, looking inside of it with a wistful smile, is the friendly man, who somehow got here before you and hardly notices your approach.
So Ledger's been here before. Was the well there before?
Yes, the well is it's the pride of the town, the tooth well.
As a man with the religion domain, do I know anything about the well or why people are dumping teeth into it?
It's just did you operate out of, so if you were a guy, a hashtag City of Glass guy, you probably operated out of one of 2 towns, either Calamity, which is kind of a newer town, or New Yellow Rock, which is kind of like the bustling frontier town that you would normally expect.
Would it make... I mean, I feel like maybe it makes more sense for him to have been out of the other town so he doesn't have a lot more information than everybody else.
Yeah. Then I would say, as a man of religion, a religious man, it's probably it's like folk tradition stuff. It's not a formal religion, or otherwise you would have heard of it.
Sure.
It's probably appeasing old gods or some bullshit like that, or good luck. Usual stuff.
Yeah. Ledger salivates as he sees the teeth fall from beyond his grasp into the depths of the well.
Don't be greedy. You have your own teeth.
Bailey, you feel Booker's stomach rumble.
Bailey's not this shit again. Are you kidding me? Let's just keep going, okay? Then you can jump right in.
Booker looks away shamefully.
As you come closer to the well and pass by it, if you do pass by it, you notice, as you notice from the big picture, that the inside of the well, from the rim and leading into the distant darkness beneath, is lined with countless teeth in various stages of blackening. The darkness of the well swallows the late afternoon sunlight unnaturally well. Unnaturally well. You can barely see 10 feet into it before it is pitch black, and a hot draft of air emanates from the well, bringing with it the smell of rotten meat and the coppery smell of blood.
Halo sticks his head down right over it and looks straight down.
Can you smell?
Sure.
It smells really bad. Well, I'm not going to make that judgment for you. It smells like rotten meat and blood. Strongly.
I don't think Halo reacts to it.
I think the father, or maybe the daughter, says, "Careful."
I think Ledger's going to reach out one of his gangly arms and grab the back of Halo. Halo's wearing clothes, right?
No, just a backpack.
Okay, then he's just going to grab the backpack and pull him back and just be like,
Whoa.
careful now, Halo. Some things with teeth, they bite. He smiles, showing his own teeth.
I think the friendly man notices you at this point, and he says, "Oh, hey, I didn't notice you there. What's up?"
Just, moving along for work. I see you're admiring the tooth well.
Yeah, it's kind of great, isn't it?
Looks delicious, but the smell leaves something to be desired.
I don't know. It's just really immersive.
I mean,
Sure.
I suppose that's true in the sense that you could probably very easily immerse yourself in it if you, climbed on down.
He lets out a big laugh. Ledger, you are so funny.
That's
That
what
is
people
great.
tell me.
That is great. Do you mind? Hey, can I write that down and tell it to someone else later? Is that okay?
Please be my guest.
He takes out a little notebook and writes that down. He giggles to himself. He said, it's the craziest thing. I after we talked down, in that place, it took me 2 hours to stop talking in your accent. It was wild.
Oh, how about that? Seems you've managed it now.
I think you have an infectious personality and an even more infectious smile, Ledger.
Ledger smiles.
And you have great friends.
Well, that, I suppose, has yet to be seen. They do seem stalwart enough thus far.
Oh, they won't let you down.
Bailey grunts.
Booker gives a thumbs up.
Expect not. What are your plans here in the city of Calamity? Will you be going to the spire out yonder? And he kind of gestures towards the spine.
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna go to the library. Gonna see if I can read. I think I can. I mean, I've been able to read the words I've seen so far, so I think more will be good. I'm gonna go to the inn. There's a big inn in Old Town, which apparently is poppin'. Do you know that word?
Like when you do a small jump, perhaps as a rabbit might.
No, I said popping, not hopping. But I think they can
mistake.
be used. They can be used interchangeably. Isn't that crazy? They have like 90% the same letters, but you can use them for the same thing. God, this place is great.
God.
What?
Language is fascinating.
Oh my God, is Booker sick?
Booker
Ledger looks over his shoulder.
looks a bit surprised.
No more than usual, I suspect, other than his bum leg.
There's just. It looks like you haven't slept well.
I haven't. He's puzzled.
That's awful. Hey, you're gonna sleep great tonight.
Thanks. Booker feels a sense of foreboding.
Yeah, you feel very aware of the darkling stars which dance above you endlessly over the world.
Oh.
But you also, honestly, you kind of believe him when he says you're gonna sleep great tonight. But he looks at Halo and he makes a little sad face momentarily, but he doesn't make any comment other than that. He says, and then, yeah, I don't know. Where are you going? Are you going into the old City of Glass?
It's likely we are here to speak with a benefactor who I believe wishes us to do a job for him. That is kind of the circumstance that has brought us together.
Should I get a job?
I guess that depends on if you require money or other material items.
I feel like I usually don't, but it's honestly, it seems like it's kind of important.
Some would say. Myself, I am of mixed mind on the matter.
Yeah. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm sure we'll see each other around though, right?
Oh, undoubtedly.
You know, friends stick together. He interlocks his fingers in a very genuine gesture.
Who is this guy?
I think.
This is the friendly man.
Yeah, he's very friendly.
No, I know that.
I think Ledger legitimately doesn't, because Ledger's kind of a weird guy. I think he doesn't even see any of the insane red flags that this man is entirely composed of.
I only see green flags.
Green for friendship.
Green's good.
Yeah, I think Ledger tips his hat, and he's like, well, I wish you the best in your search and your readings and whatever other endeavors you choose to occupy yourself.
Sorry, like super sorry in advance. Could I borrow a tooth? Well, I mean, could you give me a tooth?
I think Ledger thinks about this, and he rummages around in his pocket and like takes one of the cursed doll's teeth, and he like flicks it to him like you might a coin.
He fails to pick it up to catch it, and it bonks off his arm and goes onto the dirt. He says, "Oh, man," and he picks it up, dusts it off, gives it a look. He says, "Yep, that'll do it," and he tosses it down the well. And he says, "I think that does something." And he smiles.
Well, perhaps I will indulge myself before leaving this town.
Yeah, indulgence is good. I've learned that. That one seems easy though. I've taken up enough of your time. All of you have a good night. And he kind of grimaces at Halo again, and then says,
Rude.
Yeah, I'll be around. We should hang out. We should absolutely hang out.
Absolutely. Totally. We'll make it happen.
Yeah. Yes, Bailey.
Don't even worry about
it. Yes, and he walks around the well to you, Bailey, and indicates for you to give him a high five.
Bailey nods at his hand. All right.
Yes, the 5 of us. Get it? And he counts the fingers on his hand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep.
You get it, man. You're the best. I mean, you're all the best. Okay, later. Sorry. I just don't want to shut up. God.
I know. See ya. Bailey turns to the rest of them. God, what an asshole.
Yeah, as he walks away, Halo looks at Ledger and says, "What are friends?"
Friends are people you enjoy spending time with.
So we are friends.
Well, that has yet to be seen.
I enjoy my time with all of you.
That's good. But
And I suppose we're friends.
don't be his friend. He kind of gestures to the friendly man.
I was like, what are you talking about? He's so friendly.
friendly.
Just say it like in unison.
Incredible.
Let me tell you, compared to many of the types of people you might meet out around the City of Glass, he's one of the good ones, I think. Hasn't tried to kill me yet. Hasn't tried to rob us.
It's true. He's been very nice, but, he probably has some ulterior motive. He's going to screw us over later. We have to watch our back around him, okay?
Ledger shrugs, but doesn't disagree.
Mm-hmm. He's nice. I'm sure he's nice. Let's just keep our guard up, okay?
Never a dull moment with this lot. All right, let's get moving on to that manor.
Agreed.
Okay. You continue moving on. You enter Old Town after crossing this gap and leaving the tooth wall behind you. They, as the name suggests, the buildings here are a lot older. A lot of them are made out of kind of wood. A lot of them are in various stages of disrepair. There's a lot of heart here, I would say. The people seem less busy. They seem generally friendly. A lot more people sitting on their porches, kind of looking out. You get a couple waves as you head towards the manor. Road kind of leads right there. And as you approach the manor, you do see it is at the top of this big stony hill, which juts out at a jagged angle. And it's kind of cast in a red glow in the fading sunlight of dusk. The light plays oddly against the manor, as if we're kind of coming from two directions at once. And I guess more pressingly, the slope up to the manor is unusually steep. It is steeper than it has any right to be, to a degree that it seems ridiculous there aren't any stairs here at all.
This is going to be hard on Booker's leg.
You just scrambling up scree over here, or is it all big rocks?
It's, there is a path, as you can see on my lovingly rendered map, like with some like minor switchbacks, but even that is very steep. It is stone. It seems like someone has like took a pickaxe to the stone to make a rudimentary path, but it's like, it's bad. This is not a good hike by any means. I'm not going to make you roll, even though I should probably... You're helping Booker, so I'm not going to make you roll for going up a steep hill, because you can just take breaks when needed. But it's very uncomfortable, especially when you have a fractured leg.
I feel like Ledger's going to go up first, and then like Booker can kind of... Bailey can kind of like push Booker up, and like between the two of us, we can like push and pull to get him up there.
Sure, that works.
You've not even been trying to climb this.
Wow.
We should just
All trails got us fucked up.
have him stay at the bottom.
Well, are there any guards nearby for this manor?
No.
Okay. So no one we can really talk to about this.
I mean, there are like houses behind you with people in front of them that like you could talk to.
Yeah.
We
But
should
I
ask
don't know if
them,
they
how
know
do people
anything.
typically get up here?
Is Halo walking off and doing that?
I'm not going to stop him.
He's concerned. He starts to walk off. He's like, I'm going to ask those nice people over there. There's an easier way up.
How do you know they're nice?
I think we can just handle it, Halo.
Well, he's walking over and he's waving towards the people, so if they notice them.
One of them comes up to you and says, "Hey there."
Hello. My friend here, he points at Booker, is hurt.
No.
But we need to get up there. How do people usually get up there? It seems difficult.
Oh, yeah. It's really hard. It's a hard slope. Real technical. But, you just kind of walk up it. And then you're up there.
Oh, that doesn't work very well for us.
In the background of this scene, the three others like were trying to haul Booker up there and like cursing
Just
and yelling at each
walk
other. And like,
Come
did you just see
on,
this in the background of
Are
the
you holding?
shot?
Twist him. Twist him.
No, pull him up. No, no,
Come on.
push him
You're
over.
holding
Hit your
Like,
leg up.
clockwise.
Okay, thanks though. Bye.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Have a good one.
Hey, Halo, we need your help over here.
Push his other leg, the good one.
Well, just hold on a second, okay? Is his foot stuck in something?
You're getting really friendly with these grabs.
Oh, come on.
Eventually, after an arduous hike that leaves you sweaty and tired, you reach the top of the, I don't even want to call it a cliff protrusion. There is a cliff on the other side. Whatever this is, you can call it a hill. I don't care. You reach Albright Manor. The clay bricks of the manor are modeled with deep red vines. Whoops. Deep red vines. Thick and wet and red, creeping up from beneath the manor. They almost seem to plunge into the bricks themselves, kind of connecting these streaks in the masonry to the vines. Two dark metal doors stand ahead of you, and knockers in the shape of tongues protrude from the doorway. Not the doorway, the door.
I think Ledger's like leaning like down on his knees and kind of trying to catch his breath.
Do you want to make the entrance here?
Thank you for the help.
Yeah, no problem. Maybe we can get
I
you a
mean,
sled
you're
when we go down.
Even Booker laughs at that.
I think Ledger wipes his forehead on the back of his arm, and then I think he'll grab one of the tongue knockers and... or whatever noise it... maybe it makes a squish sound, I don't know.
That makes a normal knocking noise.
After
That's a relief.
Ledger does that, Halo is seen, like, I think more unfazed than the others by the climb. He's touching the vines, looking real close at them.
Don't touch that.
They look familiar.
Yeah, they look really familiar. Halo really likes them.
Oh, God.
One of them kind of like pulses underneath your touch.
I pet
fuck?
it.
It purrs.
Ugh.
Ew.
Veins was definitely a Freudian slip.
After a few minutes, a couple of minutes, not a few, that would be rude. The doors open up. There are two servants dressed in fine but outdated pink uniforms who usher you in without a word and direct you towards the main foyer.
Implying pink would ever get outdated.
It's not the color that's outdated, it's the style, just so you know.
I think Bailey shouts to one of them as they leave. Can we get a quetch for this guy? Points at Booker.
They nod and they scurry off somewhere, but they do not return promptly. The inside of the manor is in a certain state of disrepair. Tattered banners hang from the upper floor balcony, the coat of arms of House Albright, and its motto, which is barely recognizable. The very last word of the motto is completely illegible, but you can see the first three, which is "shall not be," along the bottom of this coat of arms. The kind of ivory-colored wood floors are scuffed and yellowed. There is a half-lit bloodlight chandelier hanging above the foyer, casting a flickering red light onto you. And around the room, on the floors, walls, ceiling, there are more of these red vines, which kind of emerge from beneath some of the floorboards and climb upwards. There is a distinct unpleasant stink here, a subtle rotten meat smell which has been masked with mint and vinegar, creating a fresh but sour scent which flares your nostrils, for those of you who have nostrils. Ahead of you, just beneath the chandelier, is a hunched figure dressed in that same off-pink uniform as the others. From his back, there is a large mound-like protrusion which rises at least equal to the top of his head, which is covered with a saggy pink hood, which kind of drops loosely down over him, covering his face completely. And one of his pink-gloved hands beckons you towards him, just beneath the chandelier.
I go towards him.
Yeah, I think Ledger probably pauses for a moment, but then when Halo starts stepping, so does he.
Yeah.
He waits for you to get close to him. He looks over you all, and then Halo, something in your bag starts to vibrate violently.
Ah! That's my surprise one.
Proper reaction.
The hunched figure looks over you for just a moment and then indicates for you all to follow him further into a side room. And as he kind of proceeds forward, it seems like he's actually more sliding instead of stepping. He's kind of gliding across the ground very unnaturally.
The thing's still vibrating violently in my pack as I'm following him?
No, it stops after a few seconds.
Okay.
I think Ledger's gonna follow him, but he's gonna be like, "You all right?"
You're led into a dining room. There's like a large wooden table atop which a number of fresh fruits, cheese, and cured meats have been laid out. And he says, "No," and then indicates for you to take a seat.
I think Ledger will sit and he'll lean like way back in his chair, like irresponsibly far, like he might fall backwards at any moment.
You're scaring me.
Oh God.
Halo,
I'll
sits
put you down,
and-
Booker, on the chair. Sorry, go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you.
Halo sits down in the chair and tries to imitate Ledger and does fall over.
You hit your head and die. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
No.
Head wounds are not a joke.
You gained a Fallout die.
You thought died. But you're fine.
Ow. He gets back up and sits down normal.
The hunched figure stands on the opposite side of the table from you. He just as you sit down, the servants close the door behind you, and he says, "Your train was delayed, I take it."
Yeah, Wander and Sea wandered a little bit farther than I think they're supposed to go.
It was missing a passenger, and we went and found him. But it's okay now.
He looks at Halo, looks at Ledger, looks at Bailey, looks at Booker, and then says, "My name is Downfall. I represent House Albright's interests. The head of the house is a very busy man, and I will serve as his will in our communications. Your delay is unexpected. I will need to know more about this thing."
Well, we were riding on that Cathari train, and we stopped unexpectedly. A bunch of soldiers got out, and then train started moving again, plunged right down into what I believe was a wandering sea, but it was very far from the City of Glass, very far.
Halo's bag, as you are describing this, vibrates very loudly and very suddenly again.
Guys, something weird's happening.
Is something the matter, Halo? What is making that racket?
It's just like his backpack is shaking, and he's not really doing anything about it. He's just confused.
Downfall moves his head. You can't really see where he's looking, to Halo. Then he extends an arm, one of those gloved arms, and then something you feel is wriggling in your backpack, Halo. And those of you next to Halo soon see that iridescent bug that you found on the sealer's body crawls out of your bag and flies, suddenly animate, over onto Downfall's arm and crawls into his robe. He shudders for a moment and then braces himself on the table and is still for a longer than socially acceptable time.
Hey, that was my bug.
Do we get paid for that? That was yours, right? We brought it back.
Halo is concerned for Mr. Downfall and taps him on the shoulder. It's like, are you okay?
Wait, so you stand up, go around the table, and then tap him on the shoulder?
You said he's still for a really long time, so no one else does, yeah.
Yeah, okay. You touch him, Halo? How do I describe this?
Oh god.
Well, you poking him on the shoulder?
Yeah. Just a
you
light tap. I'm Ginger.
His shoulder's like kind of hard, and when you poke it, you feel something wriggle underneath it, as if his skin is moving.
Bug? Is that you?
He's
so fucked.
He moves away from you. It looks like he's about to strike you for a moment, but then he comes to his senses. And he says, "This was one of the first. Where did you find this? Where did you find this insect? Was there a man there? A man in red robes, a sealer?"
Yeah, he was dead.
Downfall is silent for a longer than socially acceptable amount of time.
Dead for
Sorry.
like a long time dead. Hold on a second. Ledger's gonna rummage around in his pack and pull out the... I guess, somebody else must have taken the mask because I just have the staff and the supplies. So I think he'll just, like, dump the sealer's supplies out on the table and be like, he has some stuff on him. We took it because it seemed like a waste to, leave it there.
He runs his hands over the robes. I think he even raises one to his, not his face, but to his chest, and kind of cradles it for a moment, and says, I'm afraid I must confer with the master. This is unexpected. Very unexpected. May I? And then he kind of catches himself asking permission, and then stops and says, I will be taking these robes.
Excuse me now. We salvaged those robes fairly and squarely.
He reaches into... It looks like he's reaching into his chest, not like a pocket. His hand goes a little too far in, but he pulls out a big stack of metal, stamped metal sheets and tosses them onto the table. And you recognize these as Cathari tallies, which are the primary currency used by Cathar and its colonies. Someone can take that if they wish. It is let's call it 2 stacks of D8 Haven tallies. You can split that among yourself as you wish.
That's big fucking money. Now, did he take all of our sealer stuff or just the robes?
What did you present to him? The robes and the staff?
I just took out the sealing supplies.
Oh.
I don't know exactly what that entails.
He would have definitely wanted the robe more than anything.
Okay, I mean, we can give him the robe.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're getting paid for it,
He
yeah.
wants the robe. That's what you're getting paid
Does somebody else want to take one of the tallies?
I assume we're splitting them.
One.
Yeah, for sure. But we just need them on one person's sheet. Sure, you guys can take them. Ledger won't make any attempt to take the currency, although he will appraise it with his eyes.
I'll take my share of it.
They're called
Tally.
tallies.
Haven. D8.
God, did he already say I must confer with the master?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not going crazy. And I guess he says, since there is some light left in the day, you may wish to attend to matters in town. I see that your friend is unwell.
Giant Puppet broke his leg.
I see. So let me, in brief, you don't have to do it all in character. What do you tell Downfall in total about what happened?
I
guess is there anything you leave out?
Do we want to tell him about the friendly man that we let free?
I don't care to. I mean, we can if we want, but I don't think... If you started, I don't think Bailey would stop you. But if anything, he's probably just looking to you.
Yeah.
You see if you want to make the decision. He's like, listen, you can tell him whatever you want. I think it'll be fine, but it's up to you. We'll live. Kind of look.
I think Ledger will. I think Ledger likes the friendly man, but he's not gonna go out of his way to protect him.
Sure.
Fair enough.
So he'll tell him about meeting the friendly man, about how the friendly man was the guy who was supposed to get he was the one we were told to find when we got waylaid. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you tell him about the script page you found, referring to him getting locked in the green room.
Yeah. That one kind of makes us look bad, but maybe. Yeah, no, Ledger doesn't give a shit. He'll do it.
Great.
We're stupid. How could we know?
God, what does he say to that?
Love that guy.
He says, does this friendly man trust you?
It is impossible to know what secrets lurk in the heart of man, but it seems cordial enough, I suppose. You want me to shoot him?
No. Absolutely do not shoot him. You must, could you contain him? Could you get him to stay here?
Oh, I mean, he seemed to indicate that he was interested in staying here, so, I mean, maybe.
He wanted a job. Maybe you can offer him something like that.
Yes, this is good. I will tell him, convince him, non-suspiciously, to visit the manor, that we will have work for him.
I've never been suspicious a day in my life. Ain't that right, baby? And he looks over his shoulder at something that's not there.
I think it might be helpful if we offer him money to show him what we have up, at the mansion.
Well, he didn't seem particularly interested in money per se, but I mean, we can show him some of these tallies, and
I think it would definitely help. We might need some more. And he looks at Downfall. How else will he come here? He needs to be entertained by something.
Bailey, you dog.
It sounds like you're trying to scam him, which I think is a compel.
It's not a discern people. Is this even a people?
I mean, like, if you were trying to figure out things about Downfall, absolutely would be. But you are.
I guess it's not.
You're trying to compel him to give you money.
Yeah.
Which you may roll.
Yeah, you know what? Let's have a little fun.
Do you want help?
Does anyone else here have compel?
Not me.
I think Booker
I do.
does.
If you would like to. I'm not forcing
Booker
anyone
does.
to. Okay. If you're in on the plan.
Compel Haven.
Compel Haven. +1 standard roll.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
An 8. That's
Yes.
a success.
Money.
How are you helping, Booker? What does that look
Booker
like?
is
He's a
just
businessman.
chiming in
Yeah,
with Bailey. Like he won't be swayed without this.
Downfall sees some wisdom in your words. Either that or he just wants to be done with this conversation and produces not another stack of tallies, but instead a bag of enriched blood sand, which is a far more common currency in the world. It's like the more universal currency. It is a D6 Haven resource, you can call it blood sand.
I'll take that.
Hell yeah.
Yoink.
When you are done in the town, you are invited to stay the night here. The master wishes this greatly. The servants will lead you to the rooms when it's time. But I encourage you not to wander unattended.
Around the mansion.
The
Wouldn't
manor.
dream of it.
The manor.
Ledger smiles a very suspicious smile.
And he glides off through another door, cradling the robes.
Wait, so are we waiting for Albright now? Or was
I don't
that
think Albright's
finished?
coming. I think we've just been dismissed.
You're dismissed. I guess he would say, you may talk to me in the morning after I've conferred with the master.
Understood. Before we get up and leave, I'm going to take one of the oranges from the table, I think. It's like
What's
a fruit
that?
bowl, right? I'm going to take it and roll it over to Halo. Be like, Halo, take a bite of that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about what Halo's rate of hunger would be because he still has to eat. I don't know if we've gone over this before, but demons get nourishment from a specific aspect. Halo doesn't know his yet. Maybe he has to eat less often than the average person, but I think he would be feeling hungry. So he looks at this, and it looks appetizing, and he feels a hollowness in his stomach. And he remembers watching other people eat on the train, and he picks it up and looks at it really hard. And then suddenly you see his face unfurl. And I'm going to
What?
reference a wonderful image, a wonderful gif on the internet. It's the one of Elmo being torn apart by a jet engine. It looks like that, except instead of the inside of Elmo's innards being plastic and stuff being melted away, you just see this a natural amount of teeth in there and a dark hole. And the hole has kind of a glow coming from the center of it that you can't really tell what it is. So anyways, Halo's face peels back. He throws the entire orange in his mouth, and then his face goes back to normal, and he swallows, and he says, "Thanks, Booker. That was good."
Bailey.
Bailey.
Fuck. Damn it, it happened. He says, "Thanks, Bailey. That was good."
Bailey's eye twitches. Dear God. I just want to know if it was poison. He looks at the others. I didn't mean to do that. And then he just kind of does Halo look okay though after eating?
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay. I think Bailey's going to turn the bowl over and take all the fruit and put it in his bag. Be like, if you need to do that again, don't do it in front of me, okay?
Oh, okay.
Bailey, you gain the D4 Haven resource, fresh fruits.
Yeah.
Fresh
thank you.
fruits. Yeah.
Might need to feed Halo later. You never know.
I think Ledger's just watching this, and he's like rolling one of his like awful smelling cigarettes while he like leans way back in his chair. And then I think he stands up and sticks it in his mouth, and he's like, "Well, I suppose we got a little bit of time to kill. I'm gonna go, hit the town, take the lay of the land. Booker, you should probably get that leg looked at."
Yeah. Is there anyone I could ask around where we are? Maybe they know.
Like in the
the servants come back with a
Yeah,
crutch.
like the servants. What the fuck?
Yeah, I think they came back with a. It looks like it has maybe just been assembled.
Oh, well, that's nice of them. Booker thanks them for it and also asks if they know where a healer could be.
I just gotta tell you, it's really shitty.
They tried. They fucking tried, all right?
Yeah, at least he has something.
They're not carpenters. The servants, I guess they point towards the door, the front door of the manor, like towards the city.
Right.
They seem averse to speaking.
I gotta think gives them something to write it down. All right, I guess we're going to the city.
Yeah, well,
the town. Sorry, I should have said
Or
the town.
Not city.
Yeah.
Yes,
Not
phrasing.
city. That's something else.
Not capital C city, not the city.
No. Bailey kind of still stands around the table, though, and looks at Ledger. So does that mean we're splitting up?
I mean, we cover more ground that way. If you really enjoy my company so much, you can feel free to remain stuck to my elbow.
Well, if you have work to do, maybe we should figure out a place to reconvene later, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Is there any as when we walked through the new town? Is there like a major watering hole or like a bar or establishment of some kind?
There was
I think
no-
Bailey smiles before you think. It says, "How about the well? You don't mind hanging out there?"
The well vexes me, but I suppose it is central enough. We will need to find the friendly man and tell him about the job offer as well, I believe.
That's true.
Booker is the one with the gift of gab. Why don't you make the offer? I'm sure he'd love to hear what you have to say.
I could do that. Let's see to my leg first.
I'll
Yeah.
get Booker to a doctor. You go do whatever you have to do. But remember the well.
Yep.
Halo, who you going with?
Halo looks at Booker. Not Booker, sorry. Halo looks at Ledger and says, I'm going with Ledger.
Good.
Oh. Well then. I suppose maybe that is for the best.
I think you probably made out on your way over here that there was like an inn in Old Town called the Divine's Respite. If you are wanting to go somewhere and ask about things.
Okay, maybe Booker, that's where we try to
Yeah.
head to
Let's
see if
go.
we can find you a doctor.
Maybe the friendly man will even be there. Who knows?
Yeah.
Remind me who's going where.
We're going to the inn.
Halo's
Yeah.
following Ledger.
Ledger's going to the
Would be fine.
Courier's Guild.
There's going to the couriers. Okay, so I'll start with old Bailey and Booker going to the inn. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Bailey and Booker, you quickly arrive at the inn, splitting off from Ledger and Halo. It is a homey little place, popular place for people to unwind after an expedition. It is kind of lit with the warm pinkish red of low-burning bloodlights. The place has a warm, fatty smell, fried food. There are plates of food and drinks being brought to tables by a pair of demons who seem to be twins, with deep ochre skin and verdant hair that writhes like worms. You immediately notice a rich and tantalizing laughter from a table near the center of the room, where the friendly man seems to have drawn a crowd, and everyone's having a very good time with him.
Oh no.
This fucking guy.
Hey,
Damn it.
but maybe he knows where we can get help.
And maybe someone around him does. Let's go.
All right.
We're gonna move our way into the center of the circle.
Yeah.
The friendly man, everyone's laughing. He must have said something funny. Maybe something about a well. A really funny joke about a well. But, hey, could you remind me, Adam, what the uniform of the Eschaton Academy looks like?
Yeah, it's like I would say that it looks kind of like a big green robe, pretty bright green. Typically the sleeves would have like a bunch of adornments to show like, what classes you took or like what your specialties are. It kind of looks like big pajamas in a way.
Is the hat part of the uniform, or is that just a you thing?
I think that's probably a me thing. If
Okay.
other people have hats, they're much more smaller.
Yeah, as you kind of push into this crowd, it's a lot of people. You make eye contact with someone who's wearing robes very similar to the ones you're wearing. And he says, as he makes eye contact with you, Bailey Cormac? Is that you?
What the hey! What's up?
Hey! He kind of pushes through the crowd, gets close to you, and kind of pulls you away from the crowd so that you can talk more effectively.
Sure.
His uniform is in much better condition than yours, and is marked with a number of hanging baubles that designate him as a successful graduate and a field researcher. A number of medals that you do not have on your uniform. His face is somewhat familiar to you, but you would really struggle to recall his name. And he says, "What are you doing here?"
Just enjoying myself. What are you doing here?
Oh, well, I got a research grant, doing some stuff about the places that spring up around the City of Glass.
Hey, that's great.
Yeah, it is great. Hey, I heard you had some struggles with your thesis project.
Who's told you that?
Booker's just watching silently.
Rumors. You're not still trying to prove that the big machine thing, right? That's not still happening.
You mean the truth?
Oh.
Oh no, is this one of those things?
Bailey, listen, you probably don't remember me that well. We had advanced neo-noetics together. My name's Newt. Listen, I think that there was just like a big misunderstanding about things. Maybe you fell in with the wrong crowd. You know, if you come back to the academy like now and recant the things you said, maybe tell them the stress got to you, I think they would let you back in to finish your degree. You were a better student than me, and I finished mine. It seems kind of like a shame to let that go to waste for this.
Booker steps in. Hey, we're kind of busy.
Give me a second, Booker. Okay? I shove him away.
Oh no.
It doesn't sound like anyone's changed their minds over there. They haven't understood. They didn't figure it out yet.
Bailey, please.
Did you change your mind? Did you figure it out? Have you done any research?
He kind of looks at you with a sad look, kind of piteous, and he says, "Oh, I guess it's all a matter of perspective."
I think Bailey grabs him a little bit,
Whoa.
like by the collar, and like kind of he grabs his sleeves, not Bailey's, but this other guy's sleeves, and shakes it around. And you're like, look at all these distractions, huh? None of this means anything, okay? All right. They got you thinking a different way. There's a truth out there, and I'm gonna find it, okay? Maybe you should realize that you should leave those idiots behind and go the correct way, okay? Don't you understand?
Yeah, totally. You're right.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
What? Oh, fine.
I
Just
have
tell
to go.
them. Tell them I'm not coming back.
He leaves in a hurry, and it is dead silent in the inn now.
What's the friendly man doing?
He's kind of looking at Bailey,
think-
like everyone is.
Bailey looks towards the friendly man and everyone around him, and he looks back at the friendly man. Go on, be friendly.
A round of drinks for everyone, and everyone cheers.
It's that easy.
Booker.
I'm kind of sad Ledger wasn't there because I feel like Ledger would have tried to just beat this guy up as a matter of course.
That was fun.
I think Booker, Bailey slinks back over to Booker. Let's forget about that guy. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I'm going to have. You have a lot to explain later. Booker just starts making his way to the friendly man.
You managed to push your way in this time, and the friendly man says, "Well, how are you two doing?"
I'm just as you last saw me. Bailey?
I'm doing all right. He needs help. Can you help us?
In what sense? I'm not a doctor.
Well,
My leg.
you've been talking around. Maybe you know where a doctor could be.
The friendly man thinks for a moment, and then someone in the crowd, some no-name schmuck, fucking bastard, says, "Oh, you're gonna want to see the doctor. He's in the matchstick factory works for him, but he takes contract work.
Oh, that's great. Hey,
Yeah.
friendly man, you think you could walk us over there? We might need your help, and you're really good with talking to people.
Oh, me? You really think so?
Plus, speaking of work,
You said
we
you wanted a
might have
job,
a
right?
business proposition for you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That you did that for me?
Yeah, we got it sorted. We'll tell you on the way over.
You guys are the best. You know that?
Mhm.
You're real friends. And he clasps you both on the shoulder as he stands up. And he says, hey, you don't happen to know how to pay a bill, do you?
Tell them you'll handle it later, all right? Put it on your tab, and you'll be fine.
Put it on my tab. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Barkeep, why don't you put it on my tab? And he gives a wink. And the barkeep says, for you, friendly, anything.
Fuck is this guy?
He's the best.
And he heads out and walks with you towards where he presumes the factory to be, which is, he helps Booker walk as well.
Oh, thank you.
And honestly,
Booker's warming up to him.
he's strong. Like he holds you much better than Bailey. No offense, Bailey.
It's okay.
Hey, do you want to ride on my back, Booker?
Let's not get too friendly.
You know, I just remembered something. As you leave, Booker, as you're kind of like escorted out by the friendly man, you see, like above, like in the rafters, above the front door, corresponding to a little burning on your wrist, you see a rat standing unnaturally tall, staring at you. And that burning on your wrist, where your master's brand is, kind of increases a little bit, urging you to receive this rat's message. And it seems poised to drop down onto you once you pass underneath.
All right. Booker kind of, I guess it's a good thing he didn't go on the piggyback ride then. Kind of tries to steer him and the friendly man in such a way that the rat can drop on him.
Drops right onto your shoulder.
Does the friendly man notice?
He doesn't seem to.
Okay, cool.
The rat climbs up to your ear, kind of covering itself with your collar, and speaks with an impossibly human voice. And it says, pay a visit to the Glow Foundation library here in town. Go about your business, borrow a book, then slip a piece of paper with the mark of Parkellian inside of it and return it to the librarian, the one with the graying hair and thin nose. Continue to accompany your group on their mission. Anticipate seeking out information on the string that consumes further into the City of Glass. Regards, Visco Small, Asset Communications.
Booker memorizes the instructions and just gives a nod that hopefully only the rat can recognize.
The rat slips into your coat, down your leg, and out. Somewhere else.
Question, would Booker know what the Glow Foundation library is or where it is, or is this just all unknown?
Luckily, it was on the big map you saw. It is in actually pretty close to the Couriers Guild.
Okay.
Oddly enough.
Oh boy.
Lucky you. Oh, I should move you back to the town map just so you can see things.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
You'll never. It's in Old Town. It's the other side of Old Town from where you are now.
Right by the Couriers Guild. Okay.
Yeah, it's actually there's like a quarter mile in between them, but I'm just not very good at drawing things to scale. So take it as you will. It is. It's so hard drawing. How does anyone do it? And you start heading towards the factory where the doctor allegedly is. And we'll cut to Halo and Ledger walking across the big gap in between Old Town and New Town, passing the well. Do you talk about anything on your little walk?
I actually have a question for you, Colin, and I don't know if you want this on the record or not. Back when the afterlife was still working properly, did demons go there?
No.
Okay.
They had their own place.
Okay, good. Good. Yeah, so I feel like when they leave the place and they split up, Ledger's smoking his foul-smelling hand-rolled cigarette, and he has how big is the control rod?
I imagine it is like about the size of a pen.
Okay, cool. He's like twirling it between his fingers, like kind of like the coin trick thing. So he's very deft. So he's kind of just like walking along, smoking, twirling it between his fingers. Would Halo say anything if they were just like walking in silence for a little while?
Yeah, Halo's got something on his mind, but he looks at the control rod. He's impressed, by the way, with your twirling skills. He says, "What are you going to do with that?"
I'm going to send it in the mail.
Oh, to who?
To somebody that I work for who told me that they wanted it.
I thought we were going to work for Mr. Albright. Do you work for more than one person?
Let me tell you something, Halo. Ultimately, the only person that I work for is myself. Now, I do jobs for other people. I work for these people because they have given me no choice in the matter. I'm working for Mr. Albright because I believe it will further my own goals. It's complicated.
Oh, right. I remember you said that you were working for yourself when we met.
Mm-hmm.
After I, how did you describe it? How would have Ledger said what Halo did to the party of people he was trying to guide through the city?
Probably, that he blew the fuck up out of a lamp. Would probably be the exact words that he would use.
And killed everybody.
Yes, they all died horribly.
Okay, so after I blew the fuck up out of a lamp and killed everybody, we're close to there. I feel it.
Halo says this, and Halo, you are right. You feel it very close. Ledger, that is hundreds of miles away. Even taking into account the City of Glass warping, that would be weird. It'd be weird a lot like the way the ocean moved.
Yeah, you say it feels close to here.
Yeah, it's really nearby. Do you know what direction it is?
I do know which direction it is, and I will tell you it is hundreds of miles that way, and he gestures in whatever direction he believes it to be. I don't know if it is close.
Halo looks that way, and he's silent. He just follows along unless Ledger tries to make small talk.
I think they walk, and he cocks his head to the side a little bit as if he's listening, and then he looks to Halo and says, "You know, she finds you absolutely fascinating, all of your kind."
Is that who you talk to? Who's not there?
Oh, she's there. And he smiles.
Halo would smile if he could. I'm glad.
I'm sure you'll see her someday. Sometimes she can pierce the veil. And he kind of like wiggles his hands a little bit as he says that, not really with any intent.
Halo wiggles his hands too. He nods along.
You know, I don't know how some folk do it. I'm never lonely. Even by myself.
That sounds like a good thing. I hope I get to see her too.
Okay. You reach the Couriers Guild. It is a bustling facility on the edge of Newtown. There are a number of wagons departing it kind of as the end day shipments go out. All of them are well guarded and no doubt laden with all manner of artifacts from the City of Glass. Inside, even at this kind of later hour, there's a small line forming at a counter. After a few minutes of waiting, you reach the counter where a man sits behind a metal grate.
Was I given instructions on how exactly to send it, or do I just send it to the Institute?
I'm sure you have instructions. Nothing that is particularly exciting.
Yeah, Ledger will plop his elbows down on the counter and be like, "I would like to purchase some packaging in order to send an article."
Sure thing, sir. After exchanging some information, she looks at some piece of paper, some documentation behind her desk, and says, "Oh, that will be free of charge."
Yes, I am not surprised.
She takes the control rod, packs it up, and then says, "Will there be anything else?"
No, I believe that is all.
Well, we thank you for your continued business, as always.
He kind of tips his hat.
How big is this building?
Pretty big. Probably one of the biggest buildings here besides the factory.
Okay, continue.
Do you leave?
Yeah, I think we're leaving.
When Ledger turns around, Halo's gone.
Bye, Halo.
Oh, what the hell?
As you look for Halo, Ledger, to make matters worse, a woman bumps into you and presses a small parcel into your hand before walking off.
Son of a bitch. I think Ledger will look at it, he'll stuff it into his coat, and try and find a place to open it. He's just going to let Halo run buck wild for a little bit.
Halo, where are you?
I'm going in the direction that Ledger pointed to.
Okay. You get the distinct impression you're moving away from it.
This isn't right. He's scratching his chin. He wants to go whatever direction he feels correct.
Roll me a discern.
Okay.
This is going to be discern cursed.
We love to discern a curse.
But I'll give you mastery for this. 9, success. Take no stress. Lucky you. You don't want to take stress on this. You kind of look around, trying to suss out why you feel this. Why heading towards where this event happened isn't actually where the pull is taking you. And you find yourself looking back towards the manor. That there is something, maybe not in it, but beneath the manor. You think about those vines, those familiar vines, and it kind of clicks to you that those vines, you swear you saw them when you were born. It was all kind of a blur then, but that must be where you saw them.
They did. They were there. I would have been looking at them on the way up and on the way down.
They seem to come from below the manor.
Yeah. I guess I head back that way.
You start heading towards the manor. Great. Ledger, you open your parcel. Your special package. It is a featureless cardboard box. We have cardboard now. I love the advancement of technology.
Yay!
There is a letter folded up, and just beneath the letter is an 8-inch spike of deep black purple metal. Within it, stars swirl and wait patiently. You become aware of a distinct coldness in this parcel, and it seems to leech the heat away from the hand holding it. Your death, who always lurks just beside you, seems to recoil at the sight of this thing.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby. It's for work. He's going to kind of try tucking it away into a pouch on his belt or something.
I just love that sentence. You read the letter, presumably.
Yes.
It is, as usual, it is coded. This one is veiled as a grocery list. But after a moment of decrypting it, you get its full meaning, which is that either right now or very soon, someone by the name of Ticker will be in Calamity. You are to capture them, drive the void nail into the back of their neck, where their subjugation shard is, and then display their body somewhere public.
Oh no. I think
Work, man.
Ledger will
On the weekend?
sigh, and he will look around as if, is this man right here, right now? Obviously, he's not. And then he's gonna, I think, kind of walk out of the Courier's Guild and try and see if he can find where Halo went.
Halo's walking towards the manor. You are there. Do you have a track? Is there a tracking skill? I think there is. Right? Is it?
Let me see.
I guess
It
hunt.
Yes, it would be Hunt. I do not have Hunt or Haven, so I'm kind of very bad at this.
Yeah, I won't make you roll. I'll just leave you in stasis for a little bit.
Sure, sounds good.
And we'll jump to Booker and Bailey. You are heading towards the factory. When you see a familiar shape walking across the wilderness, you see Halo.
Hey!
Oh, God. Hey, Halo.
How far away are they from me?
I think
no.
This is shouting distance.
Yeah, if they are shouting, Halo eventually turns to them and just waves and keeps walking.
Hey, come over here.
He starts walking a little faster.
Away?
What's gone into it?
Yeah.
Oh. It looks like Ledger shook him off. That's not good. They're up to something.
I don't think we're going to catch them.
You know what? Screw them. Let's fix your damn leg.
Did they just assume that Ledger's there out of sight?
I think Bailey thinks that like you screwed Halo over somehow, and now he's just running somewhere.
Yeah, you see, keep heading towards the factory wisely, and you see Ledger wandering around somewhat aimlessly.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on here? What are you doing?
Why'd you piss Halo off?
Ledger puts his hands out wide and he's like, I do not know what you're talking about. We were over at the post office and he just damn well vanished.
Oh, he's still running off that way. I point over there.
Son of a... Where is
He's
he
your responsibility, so just don't lose him, okay?
I already lost him, damn it! I think Ledger's gonna just kind of start jogging in that direction.
Great. So much for dealing with your fallouts. You gotta go find your lost child.
Yeah.
You have the friendly man with you, don't you?
Yeah, we're trying to talk to that
Oh
doctor.
yeah, he's here.
Oh, you guys brought him with.
Yeah, I
right.
To
forgot.
help with the talking.
Yeah, he's quiet.
Yeah, I think the friendly man probably when you first saw Halo and Halo started walking off, just said, now that is someone who knows where they're going. That's not even night yet. And he kind of chuckles to himself.
Oh.
Definitely.
I think I get it.
We got places to be.
Yeah. And I think when you encounter Ledger, he similarly gives a very cheery greeting to Ledger and says, yeah, good luck. You're going to need to be hoofing it to catch up.
I think that makes Ledger run a little bit faster.
He'll be fine, the friendly man yells after you.
He knows.
You reach the factory. It's getting kind of late. People are like starting to leave the factory. You see like outside of it, where's my factory thing? Can someone tell me where my fucking factory thing is?
I love factory.
You're right. It was right there. Situated in Newtown. It's a very large brick building, another brick building, belching a peppery scent which permeates the entire area. As you approach it, there's a big wagon pulling out of it. And you see there are like a couple of these little wrinkly black fruits on the ground near like this intake area that some people are picking up and putting into bags and moving into the factory. There are some guards around who like stop you at like an outer fence. And I think, are you letting the friendly man talk you in? Or do you have your own move here?
Yeah, I think I'm just kind of whispering to the friendly man, being like, we got to get this guy's leg fixed up. Can you help us get in there? We got to get to the doctor.
Sure thing. The friendly man approaches the guards. Well, it gives a brief exchange, says like, my friend's hurt bad. I think he's in a lot of trouble. We need to get him some help. I heard there's a doctor in here. And the guards like kind of nod. But they do say that they need to take your weapons.
Okay. I give him my broken blunderbuss.
Are you trying to conceal any weapons? I have to ask.
No, I'm not.
No, Booker's not in a place to do that.
Smart. Okay. You do this. You go in. You're led down this hallway. The factory floor isn't really visible to you. There's a lot of like staff only signs. But you travel down to the office of Dr. Bloodgore.
Oh, okay.
That's a great name.
Pediatric surgeon.
As you approach, someone comes stumbling out, brandishing a bloody bandaged stump of an arm in the air and says, I feel so much better without that thing growing on me, Doc. Thanks a ton. And he hurries off as you go in.
Are we sure we could trust this guy? Booker's asking the friendly man.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that man seemed happy.
Oh, okay.
Let's at least try.
Dr. Bloodgore is clad in what you might imagine, kind of a white smock that is bloodstained, doesn't have a mask on. I don't think they're at that point in medical technology. And he's cleaning a bone saw. And he says, so what's up with you? Broken leg? Looks like a broken leg.
You just about described it.
All right.
We need to stay on, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I don't need any more legs. We're going to be great. We are going to be great. And he pulls out a little, like, file of something, and he lays you down on one of the little reclining chairs, Booker, and tells you to take a swig of it.
Okay. Booker does that.
And it makes you feel good. It's good. It's a good little painkiller, whatever he gave you. And he takes a swig of it, too. He's like, oh, yeah, this is going to be easy. He's got to set this baby. How are you paying? He says, kind of like leaning on you.
How much will it cost?
Oh, what's going to cost you? Blah, 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 blah. Is this a major Fallout?
This is a minor Fallout, sir.
That's good. Oh, yeah, Bailey's is the major, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me look at my handy dandy thing of how this
I believe
works.
it costs you a D6 resource. I was just looking at it.
Yeah, D6
Okay.
resource. So
Does it have to have a matching tag?
it does not.
It does.
Tags
Oh,
only
so-
affect certain abilities. If it says like niche, that means it's going to be harder to sell.
Can I give him one of the puppet teeth?
Is it a D6 resource?
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
I think it's all the puppet teeth are the D6 resource.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
You're
they
using
don't
up
even
your
taste that
teeth.
good. They don't even taste that good.
Yeah, you can get.
I'll probably
teeth
try to
somewhere
get
else.
my arm fixed here too. That's
Yeah,
probably a good
absolutely.
idea.
So yours is a major, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to need a D8 to downgrade it to a minor, and then it'll take a D6 to downgrade it again.
Okay, I have the Tally's Haven for a D8 and the Blood Sand Haven for a D6.
Okay, and then you're doing the teeth, Booker.
Yes.
You enter the teeth. He looks over the teeth and says, "These are nice teeth. Where'd you get these?"
Does that matter?
I guess not, but whatever. He takes another swig of the painkiller. He sets your leg. He does a good job.
Yes.
Just a numb tingling now with all the good in you.
So I can delete that. Fallout?
Yes, you may delete that Fallout.
Let's go.
I believe your weird craving only affects if you're healing stress, right?
And an attempt to refresh blood or yes.
Okay. That's good. Because that will not trigger in this case. And then Bailey, you're curing your...
Can I talk to the friendly man while
Yeah.
the other dude's getting fixed?
Yeah.
I was thinking of maybe bringing him aside and just having a quick chat with the friendly man
Do it.
as Booker screams in pain in the background. No, again.
No, that painkiller was good. He's silent.
That was very nice. I want some too. Yeah, I think Bailey ushers the friendly man kind of into a corner. He's like, "Hey, listen, I want to talk to you for a real second. That's okay?"
Of course. Bailey, we're friends, right?
Hey, listen. I was able to procure you a job.
No way. Doing what?
I don't know. That's the thing, but it pays well. All right? This is exactly what you wanted, remember? I put in a
Yeah.
good word at that mansion or that manor that we went to earlier.
Oh, Albright Manor?
Oh, yeah. They want to talk to you. The interview is already set to go.
The friendly man's face turns very, very grim, uncharacteristically. And he
Oh, no.
says, Virgil Albright cannot be trusted.
Now, why is that?
He looks at you sad and just says, he's a failure. He won't be a good employer. I'm sorry. I don't think I can take that position. I really am sorry.
Really? In what way is he a failure?
I don't know. He looks disturbed. He kind of like clutches at his own shirt on his chest. He says, "It's just feels wrong, Bailey. You ever just feel something's really wrong?"
I think Bailey puts an arm on his shoulder. Are you scared of him?
No, I don't know, Bailey. I can't remember.
Well, they were very interested in you. The offer is still there.
Are they gonna come after me, Bailey?
Well, they know that you're here, but I don't know if they're that interested.
Bailey,
It was just an interview.
listen. I know we just met, but if you can throw them off my trail, I'm gonna book it to go a little deeper this time into the city. Just throw them off my trail. I promise I'll make it worth your while. We'll meet again. I promise you.
Bailey kind of waits a bit, and he gets closer. Do you think that you can get this doctor to fix this for free for me?
Bailey, you're smart.
You know, there are these things called bonds. Which you can use another NPC's shit and apply stress to them. But yeah, I think. Do you want to put stress on the friendly man?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me a. So you need a D8 and a D6. Are you gonna do both?
So if I have this happen, are these not guarantees if I do it through the friendly man?
Oh, it's a guarantee. It depends on how the friendly man will react.
Okay. Say again. What did you ask before?
So if you downgrade a major fallout, it'll put D8 stress on the friendly man. If you do a minor fallout, it'll be a D6. I think you are limited to only being able to transfer up to D8. For major fallout to minor causes D stress. Yeah, so he'll get it. He can get us to downgrade for free, but you're still gonna have to pay that D6 for the minor, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Roll me 1d8. That's gonna be how much you put on friendly man.
/R1d8.
You got this.
Great. I'm gonna roll a fallout test for him because you just rolled a 7. That's big.
That is big.
Okay. Luckily, the friendly man does not take fallout. I'm gonna make a
Thank
note.
God.
We didn't nuke the city.
In the city.
Okay, and then get rid of your D6 resource, and your arm will be set and healed.
Yay! Is the friendly man heading out now?
Yeah, unless you have something for him. He talks to the doctor. He still seems he's a lot more glum than he was before after your conversation. It seems like something's up with him. But I think the doctor understands that he's a good man. And so you get a nice cheap arm set. You're both on the mend now.
And I lost my D8, you said?
D6.
My D6, shit, okay.
What was that, your D6? Do you have a D6?
That was a blood sand. Sand.
Yeah, you lose your bloods.
Yeah. Okay.
That was the money you were supposed to pay to the friendly man.
If I see the friendly man heading out, is he leaving now?
Yeah, unless he seems like he wants to go.
I'm going to catch him right before he leaves the door. And I say, hey, buddy. I reach into my pack and I pull out an orange and I toss him one for the road.
He looks at it and he says, I'm not hungry. And it looks like that's painful for him to say.
Why don't you hold on to it for me?
Okay. I'll see you. I will see you. I will see you, Bailey.
Bailey winks. Later.
He slinks off. Where do you head now that you are mended? It's probably took like 30 minutes.
I'm the only last thing I'm like interested in doing is maybe seeing if I can fix my gun. But if you want to go anywhere, Booker.
No.
Now that you're all
Booker will tag
fixed
along.
up.
He's got to go to the. Actually, maybe we should go to the library then. But I don't want to split up again.
I mean, I'll go with you. If you have I guess I don't know your motives, but you can either tell me or just want to go to the library.
Yeah.
I'm sure Bailey will hang out no matter what you tell him.
Bailey, while we have some time, I think I want to go look at the library. Is it still close to where we are?
Well, you have to go to Old Town. So you're going to have to, it's a bit of a walk.
You can come with me if you want. I'll meet you back at the well otherwise.
I got to get this gun fixed. It's the last thing I got to do. Maybe we'll split up and meet at the well then?
Yeah, I don't think anything too crazy can happen, right?
Yeah. I guess, enjoy your reading. Kind of winks.
You enjoy your gun.
I'll try to.
All right.
Okay, so you've split up. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'll do Bailey first. Bailey, you get pointed to a place called Gulch Provisions, a supply shop, which should be able to help you with your gun. It's like a converted wagon, which is kind of spilling out, turning into like a temporary building. The person manning it is like a bored-looking teenager, looks over your gun, and says, I'll take your money, but there's nothing wrong with this gun.
I just need it fixed, okay?
There's look, and he like actually no. What he says is, "Oh, I see the problem. I see the problem right here. Yeah, I can do this." Is this a major fallout or a minor?
This is a minor.
D6. Give me a D6
D6
resource. If you don't have one, you can break down resources into smaller pieces, and I can tell you about that.
I have the tallies. Could I do that as a D8?
Yeah, so what happens is that So for each step, it's a D4, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So you will have D4 tallies left. So you can change that to a D4, and you'll be giving D6 to him.
All right, I'll change the D8 to a D4.
Thank you. And then, he takes it. He like takes it behind the counter, like obscuring it with his body. Rustles around and he says, "Oh yeah, all better." And he hands it to you.
All right, fire it.
It goes off without a hitch.
Perfect. Slaps him on the shoulder. Thank you.
And yeah, as you walk away with your newly fixed gun, the guy says, "What a sucker." Okay.
How fun.
Ledger and Halo.
Oh, I am taking away the miner, right? Fallout?
Yes. It is.
Okay.
You are convinced it has been fixed.
Okay, cool.
Even though it was, you had as you may have suspected, it was a mine Fallout that convinces you have a different Fallout. You're just a little feeling a little funny about it. It's okay.
A little funny, yeah.
I guess we'll do Ledger and Halo. Ledger, you catch up to Halo. I think Halo's probably at the bottom of the big stone hike.
Yep.
Now, where the hell are you going?
Think that you gave me the wrong directions. I'm going to the place where I blew the fuck up.
And you think it's here in this house?
It really feels like it's underneath there. And I point up.
Okay. All right. Listen, Halo. We're going to be staying the night in that place. All right? When we're there later, you can poke around all you want. Right now, I need your help. Out here. We're coming back here. We're staying the night in this house.
He stops, hesitantly, looks longingly up at the top of the hill. How strong does the pull feel to this place?
It's like an itch. It's not like directly compelling you, but it's there.
Mm-hmm. I look back at Ledger. You need my help? What for?
Yes. I need to find a man. What was his name again?
Ticker.
Sorry?
Ticker.
Ticker, not Icker.
Like a clock.
Yeah. I'm looking for a man named Ticker, and when I find him, I need to give him something in private, and I may need assistance to arrange this.
Well, I guess if we are coming back here, I'll have plenty of time to look later. Okay.
Yes, of course. You have my word. Now, I have another question. Does this settlement have a haunt that I can use to remove my major echo fallout?
Have you spoken to anyone who would tell you? Have you spoken to anyone?
I have.
I guess you talked to the couriers people.
Yeah, just in the post office. It's hard because, how do you describe what echo fallout is, and how do you describe wanting help for it? You know what I mean?
Well, now, Ledger, that's just a malady of the soul.
I guess it'd be a church, probably, wouldn't it?
I think
Or
if you asked around, describing that you have a city-oriented condition, perhaps.
Yeah. That's the thing. I don't have the words to describe it, but I feel like Ledger might.
I think those words exist for sure. I think someone at the courier, if you asked there, would be like, "Oh, you just want to talk to Banisher Stern. He's a Cathari soul ward. He's down in the compound.
Okay.
He does work."
Good, perfect. So I think, Ledger will be like, now I have to go run an errand, but I need eyes and ears around. We need to look for this Ticker guy, all right?
Halo takes one last look up at the top of the hill and says, "All right." And then he starts stepping down gingerly.
Cool. I want to go get my thing treated, but I want to just keep an eye out for any trace of this guy and maybe go look for him after if we still have time to do stuff.
Sure. I mean, it's not that big of a town. I think you should be able to complete everything before nightfall. It might be a little late night,
cool.
but whatever.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm down with it.
So, Halo, what direction are you heading? Since
I'm
you're being
following
left
Ledger.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah, you can come with now. We can split up later maybe, but...
Cool. So you head back again to the other side of town. And you pass the hungry man. The friendly man.
He's hungry.
He seems to be in a hurry. He's got a pack and is just kind of marching in the opposite direction.
I guess Ledger would look at him and be like, "Oh, friend, where are you off to now in such a hurry?"
Oh, I gotta go. Ledger.
Have you were with Booker and Bailey? Did they tell you about a job offer that was offered to you specifically?
Yes. Very terse. Very unfriendly.
I see. Well, good luck on your journeys, friend.
We'll I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you and Bailey, I promised.
I think he just kind of tipped his head.
Yes, have a good night. And he starts marching hurriedly eastward.
I think as we walk away, Ledger to Halo would be like, I don't think those other boys did a very good job.
He seemed less friendly than usual.
I noticed that myself. Oh well.
You pass a pristine orange on the dirt.
I think Ledger will pick it up, throw it up in the air, and catch it.
It's in good condition. Has a bite mark on it.
Like just like teeth marks, or like a bite out of it.
Like a tepid bite of just the peel of the orange.
Huh. I think he'll just shine it on his kind of dirty jacket and put it in one of his pockets.
Fuck yeah, brother. You got a bit orange. Riches.
D8.
Okay. God, Booker and Bailey.
Yes.
You are at the library.
Well, we're separate.
Yeah, I don't think I'm with Booker here.
Fuck. Where were you going?
Booker
Bailey
Bailey finished everything, so
Done.
I assume he's heading back to the well.
Okay, you run into Ledger and Halo.
Oh. Hey there, friends.
On their way to the camp.
The gang's getting together.
Wait, who ran into them?
You did, Bailey.
Me, Bailey. Okay. It looks like you found him. Motion
Hi,
towards
Bailey.
Yeah. We're just working on some stuff. Where are you going?
Well, I'm heading back to the well. I finished everything I needed.
Ah. Well, I'm going to talk to a man about this insatiable craving for teeth that I've been having, and almost subconsciously he popped another one in his mouth.
Well, do you need a little help? I could come with you, you know?
I think he shrugs and nods, and he's like, "Yeah, say, you've been around town these past few hours, right?
Yeah, I've been talking.
Met a man named Ticker by any chance?"
I didn't hear that.
Huh. Well, let me know if you find him. I got something for him.
Gotcha.
Hey, the friendly man was leaving in a hurry. He seemed like he was not going to take up on that job offer.
Yeah, I wasn't really interested. Seems like I got a little scared.
Well, that may cause us some difficulties with our benefactor, but...
Well,
Ledger
I mean,
shrugs.
what do they know, right? We'll just say that he should be heading there soon.
Now that is smart thinking, friend. And I think Ledger claps a hand on his shoulder.
Bailey
now.
smiles.
I have had enough of eating these teeth. Let's go do
Would he
something
say
about
that?
it.
Would he say he's had enough?
I just can't get enough. It was a lie. He popped another one in his mouth.
Bailey nods. He reaches
yummy.
into his bag, pulls out an apple, and throws it back to Halo. And then they start walking.
Yeah, as you three walk, Bailey, like something kind of like clicks in your mind. And during like all that celebrating, when you're having that argument, you remember someone saying, "Oh man, Tick, we should get out of here. The vibe's gone."
Really? Oh, you
Yep.
mean like in the inn, right?
In the end.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Ledger, wait. Listen, when we ran into someone at the tavern, I remember them mentioning someone about Ticker and that they had to leave, that the vibes were off.
Oh, wait. So was Ticker the other guy from the academy?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
The rando.
Well, that is
This is just something I heard, right? This is just
Yeah.
like I heard in the crowd. Okay.
Hmm.
Maybe they would be somewhere exiting town, possibly the train station.
Perhaps, or perhaps they were simply looking for their entertainment elsewhere. I'm sure that that's not the only source of intoxicating libations in this lovely little town.
They're with someone. At least we know that.
All right. Well, it is a clue. We'll make that our next priority, or I shall.
Takes a bite of his apple.
Mhm. Okay, now we'll get to Booker. Booker, you've arrived at the library. It's getting late. There's not a lot of people around the library right now.
All right. Well, he's gonna do as instructed. Just walk in. I mean, okay. Is there anything barring him from just walking in and going to a shelf?
No.
All right, then he's gonna do just that.
Are you, you're a people's person. You seem somewhat
Enough.
refined.
Yeah.
A couple guys walk up to you when you're outside the library. And they say, "Hey, friend, can I bend your ear for a moment?"
I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Oh, okay, I'll walk with you. Hey, it'll be quick. Do you know any good places to hang out around here? I just came from the inn and it was bad. Yeah, you were there, weren't you?
What?
The
I don't know
inn.
what you're talking about.
Your friend, he was arguing with somebody. Really loudly.
I hesitate to call him my friend. Why do you ask?
I'm just looking for a place to party, man. Celebrating.
What are you celebrating?
My freedom. He smiles at you.
From?
Oh, this is the cruelties of the world, I guess.
Good for you. He starts walking back to the library.
Well, fuck you too, friend. And then they shrug and walk off.
Booker flips him off.
You are in the library.
Some people.
It is a very big library. Let me get my description of the library up right now. It's a wooden building. It says Glow Foundation Library on it. It is very large. There's little placards describing the donations and philanthropy of its founder, a certain Dairy Glow. The interior of the library is extremely vast. Like, it goes far further than you would think it would from outside. There's a little front desk there. There's a little map of the shelves. There's a reminder saying, "Always know what number you're at!" !
Remind me, per Booker's orders, was it a specific book you had to slip the paper with the mark in, or any?
Nope, it's just act casual, get a book, check it out, then
right.
slip it in and then return it.
Then Booker's gonna pay no heed to weird number message and act like he knows what book he wants and is looking for it. He's gonna pull one off a shelf and stick a paper with the mark of Parkellian in it.
Sure.
And yeah, anything happen then before he walks off to the librarian?
I guess, is there any... This is a very good library. Probably, it probably rivals the library of Parkellian, your master, who you served. Are there any books you want to look for?
Out of curiosity, is there anything that could help us on this journey? Anything about the string or the City of Glass? Maybe he'd actually ask that to the librarian when he goes there, since this doesn't seem approachable otherwise.
Sure. You see the librarian. You see actually your quarry, the librarian that you're supposed to get with the thin nose and the graying hair. And they say, well, we have just about everything here, sir. We got, books on the City of Glass. We got books on the depths, the precursor to the City of Glass. We've got we've got books on demons. We got books on people. What are you looking for?
Booker thinks for a moment. First, I'd like to check this out. He hands him the book with the paper in it first. And second, do you have anything on the string that unravels? Is that it?
String that
or the string that consumes, yes.
So I don't think. What is that? It's some artifact, I presume?
Yes, something like that.
Do you have any clue to its origin? Demonic, arcane, other?
Would Booker know this?
No, you've gotten very little information from your master.
Honestly, I don't.
Well,
Not helpful.
Yeah, and you can check out that book. You can read it as long as you want. But I do have to say, I know it seems unintuitive. You can't leave with the book. Please just stay here while you read it.
Okay.
We'll reinventory it.
Okay. I guess, was something supposed to happen there then?
Nope.
Okay.
Did you put the slip back in the book? You just
Yeah,
checked it out, right?
in the book. Yeah, the slip's in the book, and he checked it out.
Oh, well, you're supposed to check it in with the slip. That's your order.
Oh.
Yeah, you're like slipping this guy the symbol in the book.
With it. Okay, no.
Presumably it's going to blow his head up or something.
All right, Booker's going to go read it for a while first then, or at least fake too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Brian, I'm just gonna unveil my hand here for you. This large repository of knowledge may have something to do with one of your major beats.
Okay. Booker has a flash of inspiration as he's reading, took him a bit. And he goes back to the librarian. Thanks again for checking this out for me. Say, do you have anything on Parkellian?
The guy freezes. What?
Did I say something? It's a name I heard.
The great demon of exchange. The master of debts. The father
Of course.
of ownership. Yes,
I'd like to learn more. I don't know.
Are you seeking to be helped with something?
Don't think anyone can help if I understand him correctly, but I would like to learn more.
He didn't send you, right?
Just I don't know the man. If I knew him, I wouldn't need knowledge on him, would I?
Of course, of course. You're right. You should. There's a book. It's in this aisle right here. It's got a red spine, gold inlay. The title of it has been covered up intentionally. You should read that. I've been reading it. It's been very helpful.
Got it. That's you deal with Parkellian?
No. You must never deal with him.
It's noted. Well, you've been a great help. What's your name?
I don't have a name.
That's okay. Booker gives him a nod, returns the book, and goes off in search of this thing.
In your time working for Parkellian, this isn't the first nameless person you've met. It's actually quite common for Parkellian to take people's names as part of their debts.
Stylish.
So he's just a librarian. You go to this book. So have you slipped in the thing yet, is the question? Or are you waiting?
Yes, the thing is slipped in, and he was using that kind of as distraction to do that.
Okay. You find the book. It's very hard to get to this book. It is totally buried in the stacks. And the book is where it's said to be. You pull it out. It's pretty featureless. It's kind of beat up. But you turn to the interior page and see the title, which is Rats, The First Demons by Galen Cade.
Fascinating.
I like this a lot.
Cool guy.
What are you doing with this book? Are you reading it now?
Booker is going to, just start reading it. Like, he's going to go to a nearby table and go for it. I mean, he can't leave with the book yet.
Okay. How long would you read this book? Just give me a
skim through it
ballpark.
just to see, like, what the gist of it is and if it's even worth taking.
Sure. This book, published nearly 200 years ago, is an exhaustive document made by a rat catcher turned demonologist. Within it, it claims that rats are not animals at all, but rather an entire subspecies of demon with their own hierarchies. It would take time to parse the information in this book, but it seems like it may contain promising information about avoiding the ever-watchful eye of your master Parkellian's rats.
Okay, Booker's going to try to steal this thing.
Okay. You leave. The librarian is missing.
Well, that makes leaving easier. Booker's not going to look for him. He silently knows something may have happened.
Yeah, you notice that no one else is in the library at this point.
All right.
And as you leave, you see on the outside door, it says closed, and the door latches behind you.
Ugh, hope I didn't overstay my welcome.
You can add this book. It is a D10 niche resource, and it is called Rats, the First Demons.
Ooh, I like this one. Right.
Okay. Great. So, that took you a while. Go to our other three. You're going to the Cathari camp. We're all over the town.
Yeah, Booker's heading back to the well now that he's done with his stuff.
Okay.
I'll just blow up the Haven now, and then we can end.
We gotta end on that.
That's okay. This is the point of the downtime episodes. You are at the Cathari camp. Let me get my thing for that. Let me slap myself on the face. Reinvigorate myself.
Get some coffee.
Some coffee. I had some coffee already. I'm gonna be wired.
A little bit more coffee.
It's under haunts. It's under haunts.
Of course it is.
So the Cathari camp is bustling with military officers, even late in the night. It seems lots of them are coming back from like a meal hall. They've just finished their dinners, so to speak, their early dinners. Very common in Cathar, the early dinner. But the officers are far outnumbered by their servants, which are these dead-eyed humans with plain gray robes, which end just before their ankles. These are a pretty common sight wherever the Cathari operate. Most of the younger population of Cathar is made up of these servants, whose minds have kind of been like suppressed to make them better servants. You don't know really much more about them, but you find the guy you're looking for. He's in a medium-sized purple tent. The inside is full of acrid smoke coming from the dozens of piles of burning leaves around the room. The man himself is half-dressed in the purple and silver of his military uniform, and he is presiding over a woman who is laying on a small cot, painting on her face with this gray paint. And he says, "See all better," and shows her a mirror before sitting her up and ushering out the door. As she passes you, you notice that there are these gray streaks painted from her eyes to her ears to her nose to her mouth. She seems somewhat satisfied, having paid Banisher before rushing out of the tent, saying very giddy, and saying, "I'm free! I'm free!"
Yoo-hoo!
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He turns to you.
Yeah.
He says, "It is very late, my friends."
Yes, I do apologize for intruding. I have a particular malady with which I require assistance. I assure you that I can make it worth your while. And he smiles.
Okay, well, he kind of looks... He actually does have a watch. This guy does have a watch. He looks at his watch, and he says, "Fine. Take a seat. Where's your uniform, soldier?" He says, noting your accent.
Oh, I am not a member of the Cathari military. I am simply a traveling man. And he smiles.
Exile? Treasoner?
In a manner of speaking, not the treason part, of course. I have no quarrel nor outstanding warrants with the Cathari army. He smiles again.
You're brave walking in here, friend. I can respect that. All right, take a seat. Tell me what you're feeling. Tell me your maladies.
Feeling like I gotta eat teeth. Now I know it is peculiar. I have been.
That's par for the course, especially here in Calamity. I know just the thing.
Oh, well,
but I do take payment up front.
Of course. Well, I do not have currency as such, but I have some items that I believe may be of interest to you. I would like to give him the sealer's staff, which is a D8, and then the sealing supplies, which are a D6.
Great. He looks over the sealer's staff and he says, "Well, I'll be. Where'd you get this?"
Fascinating little thing, isn't it? I found it in a theater.
A theater?
Yes, not a normal theater, the kind you might find within the city itself, only it was a little farther afield than it was supposed to be.
This wasn't on a man, was it?
Not a living one.
Damn, that's too bad. World needs more sealers.
Yeah, to be clear, he seemed as if he had been dead for some time.
That would make sense. Now, since you are my countryman, and I do... and I appreciate this gift you've given me, just the staff will do. You can keep the supplies, friend.
All right.
And he looks over the staff, quite pleased, and stores it away. And he tells you to lean back, and he looks at... I think he looks at Halo. Bailey's here too, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to have to ask your demon to leave.
Halo, Bailey, why don't you keep an eye on him?
Yeah. Halo, let's go outside. I'll give you more apple.
Have I heard the word demon before?
That's up to you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ledger might have, because I mean, Ledger knows what demons are.
Yeah, would Ledger have called me that?
He maybe would have told him at some point that that's what he is, but he wouldn't. He finds it to be a distasteful word. He wouldn't be like calling him that.
Would he have like said anything about demons or how they're viewed in culture or anything like that?
You did mention it in the conductor's compartment. The word demon.
Oh yeah, there we go.
It is for you. That is what Halo is perceived to be. I mean, that's just like a species. There are a lot of demons in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I know that's what I am. And I say, What? Wait, why do I have to leave? And no one else has to.
Because you're
I'll go with you. Don't worry. I just nod before the guy starts talking.
Bailey cuts off what was sure to be a very hateful sentence.
Yeah.
Okay, I go with Bailey.
You're presided over. I think Banisher says, how can you stand to travel with one of them?
Oh, he's not so bad once you get to know him. He's a new one. It's almost like a fully sentient child. I find his sense of wonder in all things to be refreshing.
Yeah. I bet a dumb dog can still bite just as hard, though.
Oh, I'll make sure that I'm not the one who gets bit.
He starts painting on your face. And on your chest and your throat specifically. With this gray paint. It tingles. Do you have the parcel with you?
Yeah, it's in my belt.
I don't think he does anything about it. He's minding his own business. He paints on you. The paint seems to kind of leach away the craving as it goes on. It's like a soothing, cooling feeling. You even feel like that lingering coldness that was in your hand from the parcel. You feel even that start to recede. It was beginning to be concerning how long it stayed. But whatever he's doing, it seems to be doing the trick.
Yay.
And you're all better.
Wonderful. I think after it all, Ledger will stand up, he'll leave the paint on his face, and he'll say, well, this has been a wonderful experience. I have a question. It may seem peculiar. Do you know anyone by the name of Ticker?
Ticker? Yeah, I do. Ticker Gray.
Ticker Gray. Now that is a fascinating name. Where? Huh. Do you know where I could find the man?
I think he was staying at the inn. He came back here a couple times after he came back from the city.
Oh, he's an adventurer, a delver, or what have you.
A dead man, if you ask me.
Aren't we all, friend?
But he had maladies. He had plenty of maladies. I cured him. Got to know the man. He's a good sort. Here he's leaving town soon.
Well, I know of him obviously only by his first name. Maybe I'll go see if I can find him around. You have a wonderful evening.
You too, friend.
Ledger tips his hat and strolls out.
He zips up his tent. Closed for business. Okay. Where do you three want to go now? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What do you feel?
I guess probably to the well. Passing ships in the night with Ticker, I just never in the right place at the right time, but maybe we'll run into him.
Sure.
I think maybe, yeah, I want to go back to the well.
You meet up. Your friend is here because I'm going to make
Hello.
the time frames work up. You've reunited.
Perfect. I assume everybody got all of their business sorted.
Yep. Get your reading done, Booker?
Yes, I did.
Good.
Well, we should be retiring for the evening soon, but I can't help but think I got to find this man. Now, I spoke to not the sealer, what was he? A binder?
Banisher.
Banisher, that was it, the Banisher.
All Cathari people, their first name is their job.
Oh, okay, well that's really convenient. So I spoke with the Banisher who said that a man named Ticker's staying in the inn. I believe you said that he left that area.
That's what I overheard, yeah. Seemed like it.
Oh, damn, that puts me in a bit of a predicament. Maybe I'll go wander over that way, have a drink. You ever have a drink, Halo? Do you even know what that is?
Nope.
Short and
That'd be
sweet.
enlightening.
Should we really be putting alcohol into this thing?
Is it going
I
to
think
open its face again?
It probably will to drink, I assume.
No business but his own. I'm just wondering maybe if for the lack of anything else, they might have found their way back to the only drinking establishment in town, the only one that we know of. And if nothing comes of it, nothing comes of it. I simply wish to speak with the man.
I think I eye the rest of the group, and I say, should this be a group effort?
Well, I would love the company.
It's good.
Nope.
I can keep up.
Got nothing better to do.
I think as we go, Ledger's just like looking for people. He's like keeping an eye out as we walk over there because he's really hoping to find this guy.
Sure.
Just for anybody partying, anybody seeming like they're having a good time.
Do you tell Booker that that's what we're looking for?
He did just say that he was looking for a guy named Ticker.
No, but the party part specifically.
I don't know if Ledger actually knows that in character. I might have
Okay.
accidentally injected that from the.
He did say the vibe was off.
Okay, yeah. Well, they said that they left because the vibe was bad because of the little tiff you all had.
Wait.
So perhaps
Is that who you're looking for?
who's that?
I think I ran into this person. Did Booker's player doesn't know where, but GM, where was he headed? I know he said.
It seemed like he was heading back into town, like where you guys are heading.
I think we're on the right track. He was headed back in town. He just wants to party.
Well, if you see him, do point him out to me.
Will do.
Great. Yeah, I think as you're heading back to the inn, you spot two people in front of this. See this wagon I've crudely drawn?
Yep.
That's where you went to get your gun fixed, actually. And from the back, you think that this is the guy you ran into, Booker. He's wearing a very distinctive coat. It's kind of like lined with little pieces of metal, like a sort of pseudo armor.
There's your guy. Booker points him out.
Well, I will. I think Ledger will kind of just swagger over to them. So this is like a store, right? This is like
it's like a
part
little,
of the
little provisioner's shack. In this wagon. And it looks like it's in the process of closing up. And one of the people, the guy with the coat, who you believe to be Tick, is kind of arguing with like the teenager manning it and being like, "Listen, we're closing up. I closed the accounts. I can't sell you any booze."
Oh, come on. Now. So Ledger winds up and he's like, "You're telling me that I just came here to purchase some libations as well. You're closed for the night. I can pay."
I'm not supposed to take any payments from the time of 6:33 to 7:01. And it's 6:33 and 45 seconds right now. You just hit the cutoff, friend. Sorry.
45 seconds. Come on now. You're telling me that your employer would want to lose out on the patronage of paying customers over 45 seconds. That's ridiculous.
He looks at you and he says, "The next few minutes is a cursed time."
Cursed in what way?
The only way. That's what my boss says, at least. The teenager says, and kind of shrugs. But I'm...
Okay, so what about like 5 minutes from now?
Like I said, it's going to be 30-odd minutes until after 7:01. Exactly. There's a clock, probably somewhere. Maybe you have a watch. I don't know. I have a watch.
Oh, I see. I thought you were talking about in the AM sense.
No. That'd be ridiculous. Why would I? That's the best business hours after 7.
All right, now you're speaking my language.
Goddamn, I'm slipping into your accent again. I can't get out of it.
It's a good accent.
So
I
charming.
think Ledger he slaps Tick on the shoulder and he's like, well, I don't mean to presume, but I suppose that we could find a way to entertain ourselves for 30 short minutes for the wagon to open again, wouldn't you say?
You're being awfully friendly, Tick says.
Yes, I suppose it is my way. Name's Ledger. These are my companions. He offers a handshake.
Oh no, Booker's gonna try to like shrink back. He doesn't want to talk to this guy.
Yeah, he says, "Oh, Booker, Ledger, you're a friend of the friendly man. You gave him that great joke."
Yes, that is correct. He smiles and snaps his fingers. Yeah, we are acquainted. He happens to be a friend of mine.
That's excellent. He's a good guy. He's so friendly.
No doubt. He just knows how to have a good time, and he does it every day of his life.
That's great. Yeah, sure. We can go back to the bars. I think it's unlikely those two freaks who got in an argument. We'll be back.
Yeah, I should hope not. It really,
Hey, wait a
nothing
minute.
kills a room like a bunch of drunk assholes.
That big hat guy with you? He points behind you.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
Hey, why'd you have to ruin the vibe in the bar? Big hat.
Oh, that was you, Booker.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I was having a good time. I was having a great time in the bar. And you had to get all feisty. Start yelling.
You know what it is.
Okay, yeah. What are you crying about? You got your drinks paid for, all right? And you should be thanking me.
Bailey, if you would please. Now, my compatriots are occasionally of a prickly sort, and I would consider it myself to be one of my chief duties to ensure that not only do they have a good time, that they do not cause a drag upon those around them, and it is a duty I take very seriously. And I would love to accompany you for a drink.
All right, but you're paying.
Fair enough.
All right, you go to the inn.
Bailey flips this guy off as he walks off.
Your hands to yourself.
And it's really weird. He flips you off back, even though his back's turned. And,
Oh, shit.
Bailey stomps the floor.
yeah, and the who's next to him?
Probably.
Who's next to who? Ticker or Bailey?
Who's next to Ticker?
Probably Ledger. I imagine Ledger's walking next to him, talking to
I
him.
assume we're not going with him.
Yeah, he smirks. And he says, "Thanks, darling," and then he flips off behind him towards Bailey.
Oh, shit. Can my death see his death?
I don't know. Can she?
I mean, I assume she might be able to.
Yeah, it's up to you. Your world.
Okay. I guess that means that his death would be able to see mine as well.
Mm-hmm.
Cuts both ways.
Yeah, up to you. It'll certainly change the vibe.
Bad vibe.
I think... Oh, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
This is hard. You know what? I'm gonna flip a coin. I'm gonna
Okay.
flip a coin. On a 1, they can see each other. On a 2, they can't.
I like
They
it.
can see each other.
Yeah.
Ledger stiffens up for a moment. And then he says, I think we might have a lot in common, Mr. Gray.
He looks at you, gives you like a steely gaze, and says, "I think so too."
How about that? Let's chat.
Yeah,
Dance
let's get to
battle.
the end.
I hope we gotta kill that guy.
You go into the inn. Ticker heads for the bar.
Sure. Ledger follows. Got a couple rounds.
You all going in? Presumably?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking off my hat though.
Yeah, Ticker's friend
Alcohol does.
Ticker's
too.
friend goes in too. Sits behind Ticker. You all go pull up to the bar. And I think Ticker gets a drink. Starts drinking it, sipping, and he says, I have to go use the restroom. And he gets up, and he starts heading for the restroom.
Be my guest. I think... Is it like an outhouse outside, or is there like plumbing with toilets in here?
I think it's probably an outhouse for this part of town.
Okay. Has anybody here read Blood Meridian?
No, but I know that book.
No, I have not. Is something fucked up about to happen?
Oh, the whole book is very fucked up, but particularly the ending.
No spoilers.
I think Ledger might... If Ledger's got his own drink, I think he might down it and be like, would you believe it? Nature does call. Excuse me, gentlemen.
Sure.
Ticker's friend grabs your arm. Not like aggressively. And says, he found his freedom, friend.
Ledger tilts his head and says, I don't know how true that is. He's still here.
He looks at you, and he gives you a big shit-eating grin and says, now is he?
Ledger scowls, maybe for the first time ever, and says, I wouldn't expect you to understand.
And that's you go.
Cool. Ledger's gonna walk outside. He reassembles his composure and starts whistling to himself, as if a man about to go have a piss on the side of a bar.
Excellent. We love that. Ledger's signature move is pissing, it seems, so far.
It is, yeah.
How long did you wait to go after this guy?
Maybe 20 seconds.
Sure. Are you going to the outhouse?
Yeah.
The outhouse is empty. And I'll give you this. I think your death communicates to you that someone's he left is what she says. He's in the gray. I don't know how, but he's there.
I think Ledger walks into the outhouse and goes inside of it and closes the door. I think he thinks he's being watched, maybe, and so he just keeps his cover. He doesn't actually take a piss, or maybe he does. I'll leave that one up to the imagination of the viewer.
Totally does.
And then I think he walks out, and he's gonna whistle to himself, and he's gonna go back inside.
You are inside again. Ticker's friend seems to have excused himself. The rest of you would have seen him. He goes up to a room upstairs.
Nothing unusual about that.
Ledger goes back to the bar.
Are you all drinking?
And he seems stumped. He seems pensive. I think
I am not, but I probably have a drink in front of me.
I want to relieve mind stress. Actually, I can do that here, right?
Yes, you can specifically.
Perfect. Do I have to pay some teeth?
Yes. This will take time. I will tell you.
Okay. I think I don't know. I don't know if Ledger thinks he can accomplish his little goal today. If he doesn't know where the hell he went.
I think Bailey goes up to Ledger and is like, "The fuck's going on here, huh? Why are we following these assholes?"
I wanted to have a word alone with Ticker.
Well,
I think he left.
I know where his friend went. Emotion's upstairs. Maybe we can talk to him.
Maybe. I was hoping to avoid things getting too ugly.
Why avoid it?
Because we are in a civilized place and... I don't know. Seemed like the thing to do.
We can keep the doors closed, okay? That's all I'm saying. Whatever you gotta do, Ledger. People are getting drunk around here, though. He kind of motions towards Booker.
Right, well, maybe I will. I think... Yeah, let's go upstairs. Let's play hard. I think Ledger... Ledger has steeled himself. And he's gonna go upstairs, and I think he's gonna maybe ask if anybody is gonna back him up.
Bailey immediately stands up. Right behind you.
I was going to help you.
Well then, I'm glad we can all work together on this now. I need to talk to Ticker. I need to give him something.
Is Halo drinking?
If someone bought him a drink.
Ledger probably would have when we first sat down. I want to know what he does with it.
Does the bartender give him a straw?
I don't know that straws are a thing.
Can they be?
Yeah, sure. You can ask for like a tube.
Emergency induction port.
I want the bartender to see Halo pick up this drink and then look at it quizzically, trying to figure out how he's going to do the thing with the orange with this considerably larger glass, and I want the bartender to give him a tube.
You receive a tube. A long strand of pasta.
Delicious.
Does it get soft?
Halo puts it where his mouth would be, which now kind of looks like the mouth of a snail. Kind of looks like he tasted something sour. He doesn't unfurl all the way, but you just see this little crack open up. And he's sucking on it.
The bartender looks disgusted. Actually, no, I take that back. The bartender employs demons. He's a cool guy. He gives you a look that is neither prejudiced or unprejudiced. Looks away.
It's completely level.
Great.
Bailey's like, hey, he bought it, didn't he?
Yeah, if everyone is like getting up to go, Ayla's like, but I just started drinking.
We'll get you another one, okay? Let's go.
Okay. Poor Ayla, he just keeps getting torn away from things he's doing.
Okay. It's getting late. You go up. There are a
Is
number
there
of
any-
rooms.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there any way to find out which room he went into? Do
Would
we
I
even
have
know what
seen
the
this?
friend's name is?
No.
Could we use a delve skill?
You want to use Delve. This would
Yeah.
this would probably be Hunt. This would be Hunt specifically. Or a Discern?
I have Discern. I don't have Hunt, guys. I don't know.
Do you
if
have
anyone else has
Haven?
it. I
Mm.
don't have Haven.
This is a Discern Haven if you want to try to figure out what door he's in through observation.
No. Booker
You have
does not
Haven, don't you?
Well, Booker has Haven, but not Discern.
Can he assist? Right? That's how it works. He can assist if he
Yeah.
has something to contribute.
Okay, then yeah.
Because I think Ledger will be like, I need to know which room he went into.
Yeah, me too. Maybe me and Booker can work on that then.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay, do it. Roll me Discern Haven +1 die. Failure.
Oh, failure. Take stress. Shit.
Well,
Both
I tried.
you and Booker take 1 fortune stress.
Oh, but I have fortune protection. Does that do anything?
Do you take 0?
Yay!
Can I do? Where is it? The one. Oh, did I not take that ability? That sucks. Oh, collateral. Yeah, I do. Can I transfer that?
To Bailey?
Wait, would
What is
that could we would that work? Would that fudge the numbers? If I have +2 fortune, like protection, would I be able to take both the ones if he moved it to me?
Actually, yeah.
I think so.
All right, I'm gonna
So
do that.
no one gets hurt, right?
Yeah, no one gets hurt.
Okay.
But we
All
still
right.
don't
There you go.
find where we're going, which is the
Yeah, but
worst
you know we're all
outcome.
safe.
You get some
We
weird
tried.
looks as you kind of prowl around trying to find where this guy went. A little too much time has passed, and your hopes of finding this guy are getting slimmer and slimmer. As you know, he is probably in Ledger, another dimension right now, getting farther and farther away from you.
What the fuck?
Yeah, alright. I'm gonna do something.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. Is there like a corner up here where I can like sit for a minute and be relatively.
For 10 minutes?
Yeah.
I say there's an unoccupied room. The door's open.
Sure. Yeah. I'll just walk in here. I'll be like, hold on for a second. And Booker starts like pulling shit out of like his coat. Like he grabs a piece of charcoal and starts drawing stuff on the ground, and every now and then he stops and like mutters a few things like, well, do you think it should be like this, or it depends on the well, yeah, maybe a little bit. I think you're right. And then he like lights incense and sticks it into a glob of wax in the center, and then he like grabs like one of the holy symbols that he has around his neck, and then gives his head a shake. And
Ledger,
grabs
what are you
the one.
doing? What are you doing? What's going on?
Would you settle down, please? This is fairly routine. I do this all the time.
Okay.
It's
He looks to
not
the
a
others.
spell, not really. It's more like a ritual now. It's very religious and it requires focus. So if you will excuse me, please.
I slam the door shut and kind of like get scared.
Is he outside of the room?
No, he's inside the room, but he slams it
Okay.
behind him so no one can see you.
All right, now everybody take deep breaths. So I need to roll religion and delve. Let's go to the gray, y'all.
Ouch.
What?
No gray for
Failure.
you.
That's 3 dice. 4, 3, 4, 1, 4, 4. Nothing higher than a fucking 4.
Jesus.
The true horror was the dice along the way.
Here's what I'll give you. Because I want you to be able to complete this beat. And I know Ticker's he was a little too clever for you, wasn't he?
Yeah. Fucking owned me.
The old bathroom
Um,
trick.
So are you like joining hands?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what happens. Ledger, what does it look like when you go into the gray?
I imagine that so it's like everything kind of like anybody who's taking part in the ritual kind of sees that things kind of start to like flicker, and then like color kind of washes out in this like ripply swell, and then like everybody kind of translocates. But I imagine in the gray, Ledger appears how he truly is, which is as a desiccated skeleton with scraps of rotten flesh hanging off of his bones.
what I'm going to describe next is what everyone else sees, which is Booker is doing this. Not Booker. God, Ledger.
Ledger.
Our dear friend Ledger is doing this ritual. It's very spooky. At a certain point, you start to see his face is his real face, which looks kind of like a corpse. It's very pallid. Little pieces of flesh coming off at certain parts. Kind of zombie-ish. And behind him, what does your death look like when it's like fully realized?
She looks like it really is just like something out of like a Japanese horror movie, like black, very straight hair, pale face, but like a monstrous pale face, not like a human pale face. Maybe like extremely like jagged teeth, or like it doesn't look like Ledger looks like a rotten human. She does not look human at all. She looks like a specter of death that vaguely resembles a woman, but I imagine she has like no legs. She literally like floats. She's like a very much like a classic ghost in that sense. And I think that the more real she is, the more solid she looks. And her hands have like, I imagine they're kind of like hunched and have very sharp claws at the ends of their fingers.
Excellent.
Does she talk?
Nice.
Only to me.
You see
I'm
this
aiming my gun.
You see this for a brief moment, and then Ledger disappears entirely.
Where'd he go?
You all of you are going to take 2 mind stress, except for Ledger.
Okay.
Thanks, Ledger.
Okay. Ledger is gone. You all don't make a Fallout test for this one. I won't have
Thank
you do
you.
that. I don't want to have to deal with too many Fallouts right now.
I have 2 mind protection.
Oh, you're fine then.
Ledger, you take 4 blood stress as you appear in the gray, and someone smacks you very hard across the face, sending you sprawling into the ground.
Ooh, no Fallout.
No Fallout. That's good. Now you can describe what the gray looks like to our dear listeners.
I mean, so I imagine that like the geography of the gray is different depending on where you are, like where you pass over, because it is like a place that you can traverse. But I kind of imagine it being like a dull mirror of the real world. So it's like color is all completely washed out. I imagine that you can't see. There's like almost like a silvery miasma that makes like vision outside of maybe like, I don't know, like 20, 30 feet difficult. Like it's not like a thick Silent Hill style fog, but it's like that, but more distant and maybe a little bit more ethereal. And sometimes you can see like the shadows of the dead, like, you know, lost spirits not at rest, or like, you know, like when people die and they, you know, the thing that happens when you die, maybe you can see impressions of them around. But I imagine it's just like, you know, it's like the dead version of the real world. So it's like, if we're like in this room in the inn, it's like everything's shattered and broken, or decayed, like everything's kind of like furniture's rotted away, curtains are moth-eaten and shredded up, stuff like that.
Sure. You see that. Standing across from you is Ticker, as you might expect. He's just clocked you with some brass knuckles of some sort, which has left a big indent on your face, but you're not in really bad shape quite yet. Behind him, in clear view now, is this ephemeral figure with long, flowing blonde hair and empty black eyes staring at you. And he says, "You just had to push it, didn't you?"
Oh, I never know when to quit.
You don't have to do this. I'm gonna be gone. You can tell them whatever you want. Tell them you threw me in the well or something.
You tried to skate, didn't you? How'd you get it out of your neck?
He smiles and says, "Now why would I tell you that when you're gonna kill me?"
I think Ledger just like kind of like, you know, like, well, fair point, and then I'm gonna shoot him.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I believe this is a desolate place.
This is a kill desolate.
I love to be
desolate.
killing in a desolate place. Okay. So it's kind of like, it's supposed, I mean, it's not really like, it's probably not, he's probably expecting it, but it's just like, he kind of like stops a moment to like, kind of like tilt his head in a sense, like, yeah, I guess that's right. But then like, in a flash, quick draw, fans the hammer, tries to pop one into him. I don't think I'm going to activate NVIDIA Spectre yet, because I will definitely follow it if I do that. Let's see what happens.
Success. Take no stress.
Yes, take no stress.
S.
Roll me that damage.
Damn, that sucks. 3.
3. Okay. You are up close. I mean, he's up close to you. You didn't give you space.
Yeah.
You very quickly, faster than he thought you would be able to, pull out your pistol. You blast him. It seems to kind of just like barely skim him. Like parts of that metal from his jacket seems to deflect some of this. And he takes that much damage. And he has that much left. And he's produced this like knife. This weird looking knife. And he kind of pushes you back after he takes the shot. And he's going to come at you with this knife and just says, just stop it.
I think. So this is going to be also a delve kill, but I think I'm going to kind of try and keep his attention and then see if I can get my death to kill him using my my special ability, Grim Reaper. My death's attention. It's just basically a D8 attack, but it's like my death that does it instead of me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure his death might try to intercede too, but we'll see if he has the skills that I have. So he's kind of just like, it looks like he's trying to line up another shot, and then the idea is that his death is going to try and like rake at this guy from behind.
Sure.
And I think he might say something along the lines of, I can't stop. Success again!
Success again. What does that look like?
I
roll
imagine
the
that-
damage too.
Yeah, we'll see how bad it is.
2.
Fuck! I imagine that
Chip it
she's
away.
just like getting up behind him, trying to rake at him with her claws. I was going to say that they sprout from through his chest, but with 2 damage, that definitely is not the case.
Yeah, your death is not into this. It is a rare hesitation. She has her doubts about doing this. Especially about driving that little nail of black metal into his back.
She doesn't want to do it.
She's working. She works for you. You work together, but she's not enjoying this.
So he only hits me when I does. Is this like Blades in the Dark where he doesn't
Yes.
take attacks against me?
Yes, he's not. He's attacking you. You've successfully dodged. I think your death and his death clashed momentarily, but they really don't want to fight. The 2 deaths are kind of like unsure about this. It feels very wrong.
PvP.
And I think the 2 clash. I think he grabs you and like holds the knife to your throat as you kind of push him back, and you're both kind of on the ground clashing. Your 2 deaths are kind of just off to the side at this point, trying to. It doesn't look like they're talking, but it's like they don't know what to do. They've stopped attacking each other, and I think he's just like, "You can let me go. You can let me go. I know you won't stop coming, but I can help you. I can send you in the right direction. You just gotta." Just let me go. I'm free. Damn it. Don't you want to be free?
I think Ledger's going to roll back. He's going to level the gun, but he's not going to fire it. He's going to be like, whenever they want, they can take everything from me. I only have one way back. What can you do? What freedom is there in this fucking place? Huh? We going to live a normal life? Get drunk, and then one day, what? Turn into a pile of fucking... You've seen what happens to people who die here now.
What's your name?
My name's Ledger. Ledger Gray.
He laughs. Gray. Guess we all choose
Funny,
the
ain't
same last name. Listen, they're not going to give you that freedom you want. They're not going to let you go back to where we came from. You know that. You know that deep down, don't you?
I'm gonna find a way to take it.
You need time. That's what I bought myself. I turned that sliver off. They can't control me anymore. The only way they can control me is by sending a dog like you after me. That's the only way.
I think Ledger pulls the spike out of his little pouch with one skeletal hand in his left hand.
He looks at the spike and his eyes go wide. And he charges you immediately upon seeing the spike. And he says, no, not that. Not that.
Can I like just like try and get some space? I wasn't gonna use it on him. I don't think I could.
I know.
I think it's gonna be like, whoa. Hey, easy.
You can buy yourself some time, but you have to throw the spike on the ground. That's what my bargain I'll give you without making you roll.
Sure. I was actually thinking of doing that anyways. Is there like ooh, okay. I think so. He's running at me. Can I throw it in the air and then shoot it with my gun?
Yeah, sure. You want to break it?
I want to break it. Maybe I should. You know what? No, I don't want to break it. I think he'll drop it and then step a boot on it so that he can't take it. But he's got his hand up, palm open.
He gets close to you again.
Yeah.
He says, "Okay, you'll back off. I got your attention."
What is that thing going to do to you? They wanted me to stab it in your neck. What does it do?
You said that people who die here, they don't get the good death that we got back when death still worked, right?
Yeah.
But that death that they get, it's still a death. That thing, that void metal, you drive that into me, my death, we just go. We're gone, and we're at the mercy of God knows what. But look at that thing. Look at that piece of metal. Look into it and tell me that there's anything good in there. No. You wouldn't. You can't take that from me. You wouldn't. That'd be unforgivable. Right?
There ain't nothing good left in me anymore. Get the hell out of here.
He kind of waits for you to lower your gun.
Yeah, he'll lower it. In fact, he'll put it away.
He backs up from you. Then he puffs out of the gray.
I'm gonna do the same.
You letting him go?
I'm gonna let him go. I'm gonna look at my death. And the Ledger's gonna say, "Baby, I hope you're right. I think I just got us in a whole mess of trouble."
Your death lays a hand on your shoulder and kind of nods. That's the right thing to do. Do you reclaim the void thing, or are you leaving it in the desolate zone, the gray?
I think I'm gonna keep it.
Okay, you
for
still
a
have
rainy day.
a cursed dangerous void nail is what it is. I'll give you that.
Yay. Cursed and dangerous? Where do I sign?
Let me tell you what it actually is called. It is a D8 cursed, dangerous void nail. Okay.
Cool. And that's a weapon, right? Because if it's cursed as a weapon tag?
No, cursed is the domain.
No, sorry, dangerous.
Yes, dangerous is the resource tag, which is that it can cause problems for you. It can definitely cause problems for you.
Maybe I should get rid of it. I just want to have the option to fuck somebody up with it if I ever feel like it.
Well, you'll have that option, but that option comes with costs.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, Ledger's suddenly back and he looks normal again. Thank God.
I think when Ledger comes back, he is once again hit in the face, but by Bailey's palm as he slaps you, and then he grabs your collar and says, "What the fuck was that?"
Ledger looks unusually somber, maybe the most somber you've ever seen him. And he looks at you and says, "I was trying to pursue that man. He beat me up. He got away."
I think Bailey takes a couple huffs of anger out of him, and then he lets you go. And then he stands up and he kind of gestures to the rest of the group. "That hurt us."
"I'm sorry. What I was trying to do was go to the Gray, the realm of the dead, or it was once. Now it's kind of empty. We may have to go there again. I didn't do the rich job."
Quick question. Would we know any of this? This is what I was really curious about. Would any of our characters know what's up with... is this crazy that we're seeing, or is it, oh, this guy's a dead walker, we know what this is?
You're a scholar. Do you have a cult?
I do have a cult.
You have a cult and technology, right?
Yeah.
That makes you uniquely... Yes, you actually do know to a certain extent. So there is a place. There's a place, some people call it the Gray. It's kind of an old remnant of an in-between place people used to go when they were dying. They'd eventually go somewhere else, like a quote-unquote classic afterlife. But then a while ago, someone killed the god of death, and now that doesn't work anymore. So when you die, you kind of just... your soul just kind of gets loose. And the Gray's just kind of an empty place with very little in it now. So you know of this. People, allegedly, you probably heard, people can go in there. But that's speculative. So what he did right now is speculative occult stuff. So whoever...
Okay.
Either he's very good at it, or someone has enabled him to do it in a way.
But at this current moment, we're learning that Ledger is a dead walker, right?
Yes.
You didn't tell us this before?
No, I do not think so.
Okay.
No.
And this is something that we know vaguely what a Deadwalker is.
You do. I don't think Booker
Okay,
does.
I do.
Halo vaguely does because they met, but Booker's not.
Okay.
Okay.
I think Bailey outstretches his hand to help lift Ledger up if he takes it.
I think he will. I think he says, look, the reason I'm telling you this is because for the duration of our association, it may be necessary for us to go there again together. And I want you to trust me if that becomes necessary. I will not mess it up again. I was trying to take you all with me. It didn't work.
You're a Deadwalker, right?
Suppose you could say that.
He kind of like gestures around your shoulder. Does she have a name?
No. She don't need one.
Well, I suppose we all got our secrets.
Halo's confused, but he pulls the gauze out of his backpack again and says, "We're hurt. Do we need this now?"
You could
Yeah, I think
you could technically mend his face. You could mend Ledger's face.
Yay, mend Ledger. Yeah,
Yeah,
Ledger, I think he
maybe
got
not.
like hit in the back of the head, or
Yeah.
there's probably like a trickle of blood.
Yeah, you got punched in the cheek. It's kind of
That's it.
ruptured by the brass knuckles. So you could use this.
Yeah, that's right.
Awesome.
I
Does
think-
that mean I take it out of my inventory?
No, it's
That's
just a quick. You
dramatic.
can use it. You can use it forever.
So that's a D6 mend blood.
Yeah, you have to roll, I think.
I have to roll my item
Let me-
around in my
Let me,
hand.
let me see what this
In
is.
my brain.
It's probably Mendhaven.
I pressed a button.
Oh, well, that just rolls the
Good
dice
impress.
number. You need to roll a skill
Yeah.
check first. Let me make sure I'm getting it right.
Mm,
Using skills to
stress.
heal. Blood, mend plus domain to patch it up. Yeah. So roll me a
Okay.
mend plus haven. Success at a cost. Okay. So I'm going to let that first roll keep. Ledger, you regain 5 blood stress. Halo, you're going to take 2 echo stress. As you are mending your friend, something falls out of his bag. This little purple nail. And it touches you just a little bit. Just bumps against you as you move around. And you feel it sap the light from you.
Ew, yucky.
Make a
I
follow
have my
test.
1 echo protection, so that is
Yes.
1 stress, right?
Take 1 stress.
Yep.
I think as he sees that fall, Ledger fucking snaps it up like real fast, and he was like, "Shit, Butterfingers, that's my fault." Snaps it up and tries to stuff it back into a pouch.
Fallout test? Halo? No fallout. You're good. Yeah, your stress is getting up there though.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Would you all like to now head back to the manor?
I think we're ready.
Yeah, we've been through a lot.
I think Bailey says one last thing. He's like, "Did you at least hurt him?"
Yeah, I shot him once. I think he'll be all right.
All right, good. That's good.
It's like a dad with his kid coming home from school. The bully. Just get 1 good shot in there.
I think you repaired Bailey's reputation a bit.
Okay. You head back to the manor. It is late.
Yep.
You have passed. You thought you had a lot of time, but the night really has passed, hasn't it? The servants let you in after a very long hike up. Still as unpleasant as it was before. The moon is cast down from above, kind of a red tint to the land.
Got a good leg now, then.
Yeah, you got good legs. Much better. It's a lot better for you this time, Booker. Coming up.
Yay!
The servants lead you from the foyer and then to a stairwell. And you kind of climb up the stairwell. And as you do, Halo, you pass by this thick wooden door at the bottom of the stairs, lined with these wet red vines, which kind of creep from beneath it. And you feel that pull from this door.
I will stand there for a second and look at it, but overcome the urge to immediately go wander in there. I get a feeling that someone will grab my shoulders and turn me back around. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I stay
And
with the group.
you go to your rooms. You each get your own room, unless for some reason you need to bunk together. They are dusty and worn. They are in a state that suggests at one time they were frequently used. But they're like scratches on the floor. There are pages torn from like a pad of paper on one of the desks. Someone has carved the initials KA onto the windowsill in one of your rooms. But otherwise, they're pretty nice.
Okay.
Hey.
Who did the friendly man say was going to sleep really well tonight?
Booker.
Booker, you fall asleep instantly and you have the best sleep of your life. You are not waking up.
Yay!
Hell yeah.
Something about everything that has gone on. God. That tuckers you out.
Good times in the Booker room.
Do the rest of you go to sleep?
Oh.
I think Paley tries to.
Yeah, Ledger does eventually. He lays and smokes for a little while.
Yeah, you probably hear pacing in Bailey's room, and then eventually sleep, and then maybe some more pacing, and then sleep.
Great. Halo, let's talk about you.
I'll wait a while,
You wait a while.
and when it gets quiet, I go to the door.
You hear hushed voices from outside the door. Beneath the door, some red vines have begun to climb in. Climbing up to your doorknob, even.
My doorknob?
Mm-hmm. From inside, as if trying to open it for you.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I want to stay out of sight of the hushed voices, but I want to listen in on them.
The voices say, actually, make me discern. There's no consequences to failing this. I just want to see Discern Haven. Actually, no, this is Discern Occult. I take it back. Roll me another d10. There you go. Success.
That would have been
Yay.
8, yeah.
The voices say, he follows the vines down to the basement.
I follow the vines down to the basement.
As you exit your room, you see a gentle red light pulsing at the end of the hall, at the stairwell. The vines mark the floor in such a way as to guide you in the direction of the hushed voices which have receded to the stairwell.
I'm feeling great. These vines are my friends. They're helping me. I'm going.
As you follow them, the vines down, you hear another voice, and it says, inexplicably the door is open. You reach the bottom of the stairs, and the door that was closed before is open. A red light shining from down the stairs with more voices.
Ayla walks through.
You go down. The red light seems to get brighter as you go down these stairs into the basement. Ahead, these hushed voices start to quiet, and they kind of bleed into the sound of dripping water. The stone of this stairway is sticky and almost soft, as these vines have completely overgrown them in this tangled web as your feet press into them. They seem to caress you slightly as you walk down, growing up you slightly, but then letting go of you. And you reach the bottom of the stairs. What did you say?
I said pets them.
There is a long hallway at the bottom of the stairs, at the end of which is a pinkish door.
Cool. So Halo has his lamp while he's doing this journey.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have his backpack. Just kind of, I think he's carrying it with both hands in front of him, gingerly. Just kind of holding it from the bottom, cradling it. And he looks a little more iridescent than usual. Usually the sheen is only on his head, but right now the red glow is kind of playing off his whole body, and he's continuing down the hallway.
You arrive at the door.
Do I hear anything else?
It's just dripping water now.
Open the door.
You open the door. A light seems to explode outwards, blinding you momentarily. Your sight goes black for some time, and oddly, when your sight goes, that sound of dripping water seems to go as well, as if all your senses are dulled. But eventually, it recedes, and beyond the door, in this basement, you see a strange sight, impossibly, but not unexpectedly, in this stone room, hundreds of miles away from where it's supposed to, lined with pulsing red vines, is your birthplace. Describe it to us, Halo.
It is in a small clearing, surrounded by leafless trees. The ground is dry. There are rocks jutting up here and there. Some of them look a little bit more like teeth than they should. And in a divot in this clearing, there is a crater that is surrounded by a circle of these rocks, all looking like sharp teeth, canine in nature. And at the center of this crater is where Halo originally exploded from his lamp. And he looks excited. He does an excited little jump when he sees this. And he scrambles down into the clearing and into the crater. And he sits there, cross-legged, with the lamp in his hands. Does he hear anything else?
No. But the vines start growing towards you. Slowly.
He lets them. Yeah, the vines grow towards him. And he places the lantern in his lap and then puts his hands down flat against the earth on either side of him. And the vines kind of grow into him. And the glow that happened underneath his skin, the glowing veins from when he last used Extinguish, or attempted to use it on the puppet, it happens again. Kind of yellow, kind of red, maybe red and pulsing yellow. And he begins to meditate on his dreams and the images from his dream journal. And as this is happening, his face starts to open up again, but more this time. And it just keeps unfurling. It keeps unfurling like a rose, but with an impossible amount of petals. And as it's doing so, it glows brighter and brighter until he is this strange, unfurled, glowing light atop his featureless black body. And he feels like, in order to find out where he came from, where he really came from, he needs to give her a name. And this unfurling takes a long time. It's been maybe an hour in the making as he's connected to these vines and meditating and receiving these images. And he feels this warm, comforting embrace around his shoulders. And he realizes he needs to go to Mother. Mother is the city. The city is Mother. And as soon as he realizes this, all of the images, all of the glow suddenly goes away. And he awakens again from his meditation, and he's in the fetal position, sitting in the middle of the crater. And the vines are gone. And I don't know if he's still in the crater or not, or if he wakes up just maybe in a storeroom. Maybe he wakes up just like in the basement. He gets this after image of the crater, but it fades away really rapidly. And then he's just curled up in the basement floor around some, like, I don't know, sacks of potatoes or something. But he's happy. He's elated. He got what he wanted. The broken lantern is still tucked in between his limbs. He picks it up off the floor and goes back to bed and goes to sleep.
As you complete your ritual, and you wake up on this floor, you hear the door creak, the one you came through. And turning towards it, you see a big, oily black smear and a greasy, inhuman handprint on the door. The red vines, which have receded for the most part, are drinking hungrily of this black fluid, which is on the door and pooling beneath it, like a bunch of thirsty animals. They become engorged as the fluid is absorbed, and they kind of recede just a little bit, as if sated by it. What seemed like an hour was far more than that. Above you hear the servants beginning to stir as the morning has arrived. And someone has tampered with your lantern in your sleep.
What does it look like now?
It looks like someone has cleaned it. It's like in much better shape. It's still broken, but you see inscribed on the inside of it, there are some numbers. 3 numbers, starting with a 0. You can choose what those numbers are. I'll give you time to think on it. But it says number, period, 0, then the 3 numbers that you're looking for.
Okay.
Back in the bedrooms, the morning sun creeps through the western windows to your quarters. Outside of those windows, the town awakens. People pass by the displayed body of the former Deadwalker, Ticker Gray. Creeping black tendrils of entropy radiate from his neck, where he is hung above the Divine's Respite Inn. There will be an investigation, but it will turn up no leads. And those who serve the Institute, Ledger's masters, will know there is no escape. And those who do try, or assist those who would run, will be punished. Elsewhere in town, black smoke seeps from the cracks beneath the doors of the Glow Foundation Library. Within, the librarian spends his last moments looking on as hungry flames consume the countless books in front of him. He allows himself a despairing smile as he sees the corpse of a charred rat fall from the rafter above. And finally, within Albright Manor, in the highest room, looking eastwards towards the spine, a gnarled, oily hand begins to write a letter. And we'll end there.
Woohoo.
Damn.
Hey!
Nice.
Somebody else killed old Ticker.
Why'd you do it, Ledger? Why'd you do it?
I
Unforgivable.
thought you tried doing a good thing.